Hey everyone. As I was doing the editing for episode 3, I realized that I never uploaded episode 2 yet. Um, I looked for it on my hard drive, couldn't find it. Twitch doesn't have it anymore, so unfortunately, I think episode 2 is gone. They didn't get up too much though. And quite honestly, anything of note that happened, uh, I introduced at the beginning of episode 3. So you didn't really miss anything. Episode 3, I think, is kind of where we start picking up a little bit. It's listenable. Just put it on the background and do something else if you have to. All right, everybody. Enjoy. Previously. So, previously, you guys started in Hawkinstone and helped Mayor Andula and Captain Gregor find a murderer. After all, some of you can't resist a good mystery. You were born. You were born. You were then. You, you were then told there would be more work for you in Esper if you went to see the requisitions officer Estelle. Before you left town, Quaynor, you tried to find more information about some pirates that attacked the ship that you and Vontu were on. You found a man in a bar with a red and green insignia on the shoulder of his jacket. You followed him and found him talking to someone in a back alley beside some crates that have the letters WRTC branded on them. Attempting to figure out what was inside the crates, Pocket, you summoned a cooking mandolin from a giant cooking mandolin that crushed the crates, revealing weapons on the inside.
I learned I have to be very specific with my asking Pocket for help.
Yep. You didn't care about the weapons that much because that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for ore. But before giving a thorough inspection of the contents, you were approached by guards. Vontu, you also tried to start business opportunities in Hawkinstone. But that didn't seem to quite pan out the way you expected it to, or at least hoped for. Maybe it did. Maybe it did pan out the way we hoped for. Who knows? Deciding to move on to Esper, you guys returned to Gregor as he requested. You were given, I forget how much you were given. You were given some more gold. I think it was like 100 gold or something, or 50 or something like that. I can't quite remember now. How much?
33 apiece?
Yeah.
33 apiece, so yeah.
Monopoly hat on right now.
You were given free horses for the purpose of traveling to Esper. On the way to Esper, you were ambushed by a platinum-haired, blue-eyed man named Estes. He invited you to join his bandit camp for the night, and you followed him with some apprehension. There, you spent the night in camp after meeting Jan and Bowen. Pocket, due to your unease around the owlbear, you did not sleep well. As such, you suffer a point of exhaustion.
I assumed as much.
Yep.
Did I already? How do you mark that? Oh, there we go. 1 level of exhaustion.
Not to worry, though. I'm sure the pesky owlbear won't be around all the time.
Like roll for PTSD.
Yeah.
We're going to a big town. I'm sure they'll have a pharmacy with fantasy Xanax.
Yeah.
Probably to see if you pissed yourself in the night.
I don't think I slept at all. Where I tossed and turned.
So, as I...
Oh, sorry, Dan.
No, I was going to say, as I get my last browser thing set up in OBS, you are given the floor to talk about or to discuss either some parts before you sleep, or this is probably in the morning, whichever one you guys would prefer. If you like to talk as a group before you sleep, or talk as a group kind of in the morning before everybody wakes up.
I guess like the only thing I was thinking is we kind of like where do we? I don't know. Can we do like an insight check or something like what the vibes we're getting from these guys? Like I think I like these people, but
Mhm.
like you know,
Well,
Like
what
I
are the
was-
chances they murder us in their sleep? Our sleep?
we'll use 0 because you're awake. But
Yeah.
Get to
got-
die with your
I've got
eyes wide open.
Yeah, I've got the first and only watch.
I will also mention that, not mention, but I'll also state that, of course, Pocket, I know you were also watching violin playing guy throughout the night. So,
Yeah.
um,
Was this
I
more
know.
to see how
you do a perception check for me, or investigation, whichever.
this is what pre being a sleepy boy, so it's not with disadvantage yet.
Yes, it is not with disadvantage.
Not yet. We're looking at 22.
22. Okay.
son.
Yeah, for the most part, you watch him. He just kind of sits around his tent playing the violin. Doesn't really chat with anybody. Doesn't really say anything that much.
Man.
And he's not interacting with the owl bear or anything.
Nope. No, owl bear is the last time you saw the owl bear was when it went back into its little foresty portion.
Okay. I'm just keeping an eye
Foresty
on.
portion.
So yeah, nothing. Didn't really notice him doing anything at all.
No, not really.
Okay.
For the most part, the violin looks seems normal. And I'm just like, I gotta get my
Yeah,
hair, gotta get a
Without
haircut.
like, without like further inspection of the violin,
Yeah, pretty much.
just seems like a normal violin.
There we go, old man hair.
Nice.
It'll go to its natural, horrible state eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess to kind of sneak around and ask these guys. Like I thought I would be slightly paranoid to do like a full on, like just call all of our friends over and who huddle about it. Like that might be a little suspicious, but
Right.
you know, just kind of like go over to Vontu, be like, "What do you think about these guys?" And just kind of touch base before everybody crashes for the night. Like, what are you feeling about these guys?
Well, I've already tried to hogtie 3 kobolds.
Oh, I forgot about you fighting kobolds in a tree. What did
Yep,
we
there were some
figure
kobolds in a tree.
that was? Was it kobolds in a tree or was it kobold bandit members standing watch in a tree?
We don't know.
Okay, we didn't actually figure that out.
I don't speak kobold, and I was unsuccessful in trying to tie them up.
All right.
All right.
But
All
they
right, all
didn't
right, all right.
attack me. And they seem to be fans of Limp Bizkit's Keep Rolling.
No.
No, I'm sorry, that's canon.
Took too long. Forgot anything.
yeah.
Limp
That's
Bizkit's
canon.
Let Roll.
That's canon.
Yeah. Shut this!
I super don't remember that part, but all right.
Yeah, I super don't remember that part either.
That definitely happened. That was flavor.
All right.
Oh,
I don't
thank
know. I won some arm wrestling competitions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you did some arm
Uh,
wrestling.
What else?
Won some, lost some.
Yeah, I think I went 2-1, if
Something
I
like
remember
that.
correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We basically left off with a couple there, but yeah.
How do I not have this in my fucking...
There you go, girl. She starved herself for a day and a half till she got her good food.
Until she got her good food.
Yeah. So shit.
Jerk.
Yeah.
I already forget. Brady, what's your character's name again? I'm-
How?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're
dare you.
telling on you. Yeah, how dare you forget?
Lie down.
How
Well, I
dare
forgot
she-
last time, so I thought I wrote it down, but I apparently did not write it down. But weren't you like keeping an eye on horses or something? You're like, these fuckers are gonna steal our horses in the night or some shit.
No, I was off, kind of like hunter gatherer, going around the vicinity picking up any like foliage. That's kind of what I was doing, and I stepped away to talk into a sending stone, but I think he wouldn't have heard it.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm just in the tree chilling. Doing bird things.
Yeah, you kind of sent a message to whoever is holding the sending stone at the moment. I remember, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I think I'm just gonna be continuing to drink and carouse and try to get a feel of this group of people.
Okay, so is there a point where you want to at which point do you want to discuss with your party what's going on?
I don't know. Let's give it like say 2 hours into the hanging out with them, like just enough to kind of get a vibe. Maybe after the arm wrestling.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
2 hours pass.
yeah.
Arm wrestling is over.
So I don't know. Go wander over to the wide-eyed pocket, who apparently is just locked onto this owlbear.
Or at least looking in the area.
Cold sweat.
Yeah, I gotta like pat you on the back, and it just like.
You have to turn around and stab him. No,
That's-
what the hell's wrong with you?
that's- wonder what you were feeling about these guys, but I don't.
I don't know, man. I haven't really been able to focus on these guys. That owlbear's got me sketched out.
Why don't you be not close to the owlbear? That seems like a move.
Well, then we'd have to leave entirely, wouldn't we?
I guess that depends on how close is. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to help.
You can never tell. They come at you quick. Got your entire team. There's blood everywhere, man. Blood everywhere.
I would
Stuff.
just hide behind the guy with the violin. He seems like he's got this on lockdown.
Can't trust
I
an
don't know.
owlbear. You can't trust it.
I don't trust it.
Anyways, what do you want?
I imagine this is going somewhere in the morning. They're gonna ask us to do something.
Yeah.
How you feeling about doing something?
Well,
What's your line?
I mean,
my-
the last you kind of heard from him was him saying that he could pay you more than what the people at Esper could pay you if you joined their group. And I mean, you did kind of go, okay, and then followed him into his bandit camp. So,
Yeah. So, like, I think we might have accidentally joined their group.
It wasn't a yes, but it wasn't a no.
I feel like I threw out the term freelancing once or twice. I don't remember for sure. Contracting,
Sounds about right.
trial basis.
Well, yeah, I'm good with a trial basis with these guys, but
Junior associate members.
you're not here.
That's why I didn't use the Vontu voice.
Is there a difference between the Vontu voice and your voice?
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a
it's
Vontu.
100% It's the difference between
There is, I know.
John Reese Davies and Sean Connery. It's really
Yeah,
just
no,
volume.
there's no difference.
really
Yeah,
just volume. It's
yeah,
just yelling versus not yelling.
yeah.
Which is what
There's a difference, though.
Pennyworth.
Um,
Oh no, Pennyworth. Morning
I don't know. I got taken out of it. What are we talking about?
James Bond now.
Ah,
Oh, hey, my live stream went down for some stupid reason. My share the screen went down. Goody. Well, let's fix that. Excellent.
yeah. So I don't know. I'll just be like, all right, well, I'll go get the feel of the rest of the room here, and we'll talk in the
Yeah,
morning.
sorry. Like I did have something I want to say, but I got taken out of it. I did. You gotta shut up.
Okay, shoot.
I don't know. I have no idea. Got old man syndrome. Dementia has taken hold. I forget these-
Can I see Tal from where I am?
How far away did you go, Tal?
Like 15, 30 feet. Not
Yeah,
so
you could
much
s-
that I need a light source away from the fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The outskirts.
Yeah, you can see her.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my right like 2 fingers to my temple and like just stare intently and see if I can start the brain talk thing.
Okay.
Jared knows this
Um,
isn't gonna work, but Koinar hasn't figured out
yes,
what the
of
whole
course,
deal
of
is yet. He's like,
course.
they made
Um,
contact once. Let's
All right.
just.
All right.
I don't know
I'll
if
get
Tal's
you-
looking at me like she might be fully looking at me, just
You know what? I'm
staring
gonna
at
get
her
you to
and squinting.
do like a. This might sound. You know what? I'm gonna get you to do a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh boy, okay. Oh my
Oh,
god, how did I miss my dice tower? This is not boding well. Oh, fuck. Okay, well it's not gonna be good no matter what. Yeah, that's a 5.
Okay.
I have no
You
bonuses.
are concentrating so hard on sending this message. Not only do you kind of begin to give yourself a headache, but you kind of feel something you haven't felt for a little while now, probably about 8 hours or so. It's like a some pain kind of in your intestines, kind of like you need to go to the washroom. But
Started-
you know, you didn't get you didn't get a fail. You didn't roll a nat and 1, so you don't shit yourself. But you get that feeling like maybe I need to go to the washroom now.
Alright. Well,
Um,
I'll go take care of that and then see if I
Tal,
can find Tal afterwards.
I'll get you to do a just do like a perception investigation, whatever.
Oh man, what do I want? That's a +5 versus a 0. Okay.
You might want the 0 in this case. Who knows?
Oh, that was a wet one.
12.
12. Okay, yeah. You look around and you see Quaynor like looking at you, pushing his fingers to his temple, and like squeezing, as if he needs to go to the washroom. And then you see him
Yeah.
walk off, as if he's going to go to the washroom.
Alright, so yeah. Let's find the latrine pit. Or I don't know how turtles poop, but let's just pretend it's normal.
cubed. We've discussed this.
Oh yeah.
You're a
I
woman.
forgot.
Why is it?
I don't know, because it came up, so it became canon. Those are the rules. I didn't write them.
Kathy.
Famously known for cubing poops. Yep.
Oh.
Cubing poops.
Oh, so that's how we get like gelatinous cubes.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, they come from portals?
just the baby ones.
Black
Alright, but-
pudding.
Okay, but same deal. I go take care of my turtley business and go try to find Talon. Same kind of thing. Just what's up? How you feeling about all this?
Oh, what? One alarm is setting off another alarm?
Nice.
Stop it. Huh?
Hey, it worked.
Is it Frank?
No.
Can't
I
remember
don't
what
think.
Frank's.
That one seems farther away.
Oh god. I'm not gonna
What the fuck?
It's like, if it's Frank, we should probably run down. Where does it sound like it's coming from? Somebody, like, putting shit by the car again? Oh,
Potentially.
it's off.
Did you get keys? I'm gonna lock them just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, the person answering my question says left the frame. I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be like 10 seconds.
He's been locked. Nothing happened.
Oh,
Hooray.
Yeah.
Hooray.
gooey.
Yeah, not torn yet.
Oh, that's much
That was
heavy.
a meaty
That's
dud.
much heavier than
That
it
is,
was.
yes.
First off.
That was a meaty dud. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's probably a nice
answering
wet
pointer.
slam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
You bring it out almost.
Oh,
What was the question again?
Just like generally, how are you feeling about
Right.
this
okay.
group of people? Like they're clearly going to have a pitch for us in the morning. What do you think we should do about that?
I think that this kind of sounds like a terrible idea. Like Pocket and I had plans in Esper before y'all came around, so it's like I'm cool with the trial basis just to see what they want because I don't have a lot of money and I don't really want a horse. It's gonna be a bit of a walk. So timing wise, if we make them happy, then in theory we could get to our destination faster, but I also don't want to go around murdering a bunch of kids. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. Is
If
like
it's
if they're
not-
just fucking with the man, I'm down with that. That sounds like a great time.
How
yeah.
old are they?
what the group?
The kid.
I guess more I'm kind of feeling at this point we're here.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah.
So we either have to go along with what they say or pretend to go along and then rat them out later. There's but are only two options because I think trying to fight our way out of here is us
Yeah.
dead.
It's a little less. We're very surrounded, and Pocket does have a habit of getting his group killed. That's not my story to tell. I've heard some bits.
Rumor has it.
You're a fresh cut grass.
I don't really want to test that theory.
Well, weirdly, I have that in common with him.
But we've known each other for years, so it's been fine. So
Oh yeah,
far.
mine was only like 4 months ago. I'm still choked about it.
Oh, that's rough.
Wait, is this something that you're actually now telling Tijuana?
What?
That his groups have like not mysterious, but like has a habit of dying?
There's been some.
No, I'm just saying, is this something that you're telling?
Yeah.
No, this
Okay.
is in character, yeah.
I still don't know any.
I thought Pocket had mentioned that his like at some point a group of people he was with got totally owlbeared.
I've known Pocket less than you though, because I wasn't there the first. I just like
Yeah.
fucked off.
Simon wasn't there for the first session, so he missed.
I don't
that
know if I brought it.
conversation.
I don't know if I
No.
brought that up in the first session though.
This is
No,
the
it would have
second one,
been
I think.
yeah, like right towards the end of the last one.
We didn't
Like,
say
I
like,
didn't know.
Yeah.
numbers.
No. Like
but
Vontu doesn't know it yet.
No,
Yeah.
no. You guys are pretty much blank slates. You scare me because of your stature. I'm just ah,
You're so weak.
your voice should be coming from up here, but it's down here. I don't understand.
Knee high to an air cobra. Sorry, but carry on, guys.
How are you feeling about them?
So far I think I like these guys. That similar thing with the well, I don't want to just go around just killing stuff. Somebody's like really asking for it, whatever. But no slaves, no kids, no just for the fun of it. But that doesn't seem like their vibe.
No,
Like they really only seemed to fuck with us because we had like city horses, so we seemed important.
As you're talking about that, actually, I'm gonna get you to Quaynor and Tel to do a history check for me, please.
No. Oh no. Well, hey, I'm apparently good at this.
How did my
Well, not
dice
if I
go?
roll that. Oh, it's actually not that bad.
You can also actually, if you wanted to, Quaynor, you could roll in the Foundry as well. So I know you're in there. I've seen you.
Oh, yeah. But I just rolled a real life nat 20, so I'm going to go with that one.
Cool.
For history, so it's actually a 19.
A nat 20 is a nat 20 for me. So
Yeah.
it's all good. Sorry, Tal, what did you get?
19 as well.
Oh, okay, perfect. So for this, you actually both remember that there is, you remember hearing about a bandit slash mercenary, who also happens to be named Estes, who also happens to have platinum hair and blue eyes, who also happens to wear white clothing, having the nickname, sorry, hold on, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it was the butcher of, shit. I just got to get the name. It's the Butcher of Hillgrave, I believe it was. Yeah, Butcher of Hillgrave. You do remember that the rumors state that the Butcher of Hillgrave, or sorry, Hillside, not Hillgrave, Hillside.
This would be the actual.
The Butcher of Hillside, so scratch out grave, just right side. The Butcher of Hillside was in, was part of a mercenary group that kind of offset the guards of Hillside. But one day they actually found the Lord of Hillside, well, obviously butchered. The scene that people walked into was so horrific they had to call it a butcher. And the only thing that was left was the sword of Estes. That's basically like the only thing that was kind of left in the room. Estes and his group were gone in the morning.
When you say
Actually,
they
they left that night.
Offset the guards? What do you mean by that? Like,
So they worked in conjunction with them, right? So there weren't enough guards at Hillside, so it was kind of a small town. So they hired that mercenary band to help relieve guard duties, basically, right? To
okay, so they were like the
add-
contracted night shift.
yeah, basically,
Okay.
yeah, protection.
You said it was the mayor
Um,
or the
yeah, the Lord. the Lord of Hillside.
Was this? I assume would have been during the war because the war's only been over for like a month or something, right?
Yeah, it was. It was actually, if I remember correctly, this was about 3 years before the war. Let me just go into my notes real quick here and double check that.
Okay. Oh, so it's been a while.
Do-do-do-do. Find butcher. Let me just make sure I actually put that in there. So yeah, it was actually around the same time as the war starting.
Okay.
So it's roughly, it could be like, dates are kind of funky on this for a lot of people, but it was either a week before or a week after, just starting. It was at least a month. With lots of people would say it's like within a month of the war actually starting.
Okay. Whereabouts is Hillside?
Let me show you. Actually, I can show you.
Okay.
Let's get into. So let me find my. Let me get to. Hey, welcome screen.
Yeah, because I think that was.
If you look at the
Yeah.
So
this is the one.
speed, stuff
Yeah,
like
this
that.
is the
if you look at either the Foundry, like the VTT, the virtual tabletop, or Discord, you can see.
Mine still. The Foundry's just said game paused the entire time.
Yep, it will. Oh, you know what? You actually don't have a character to look at the screen, so give me 1 second. I'll
Okay,
just
because
add
I
you
was
in there.
trying to figure that out and I couldn't find anywhere to like add a dude or import a character sheet.
Yep,
Or...
hold on.
Okay.
So this will be your proper speed because we changed that.
Okay.
Put you there. You should have all of the vision. Hold on a second here.
That says 45, right?
No, flying got down to 50 as well.
Oh,
At least in this area, you should have
My flying got a little bit lower.
yeah.
all of the vision anyway.
I think everything is in there, so.
And if I go here,
Are you joining? Oh,
I want to see what he's talking about.
Looking at the Lord of Hillside.
you know what? I'm going to have to do that in my section. Give me 1 second here. Got to get into my other screen because that screen that I have up is for. There we go. That screen that I have up is for. I'm here. I'm there.
I just want to see what map you're like. What map this one?
You may as well just look in Discord for now, but. Promote trusted. It's so weird. How do I? There's new there's new setups for the things here, and I'm just trying to figure out how to
Girl.
actually assign you to your character at this point. It's changed a little bit. It's either changed a little bit, or I'm just like old and can't remember how to do anything.
Why not both?
Both. I
I
like
mean,
both.
did we both just say the exact same thing at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy. And you pictured that little tiny Mexican girl, didn't you? Or just me? Okay.
I don't know. All I heard was little tiny Mexican girl.
Why not both?
How do I? That's so weird. There's supposed to be like a option where I go like, oh, configure permissions. There we go. Right. You are the owner of this character. Save changes. Did that do anything? Do you see something now?
I can see the Game Master dot bouncing around on the screen.
Cool.
That is it. Oh, wait, hold on. Actors, Coinar?
Much more
Yep.
do you know?
Okay. That seems to be a
Okay,
thing.
and then you should have horrible vision right now for this screen that we're current. Oh, you know what? Let me activate the screen. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. I was
Okay,
like, I
great,
can't see
perfect.
shit yet.
Yep. So you still can't see anything. Give
No,
me
I can
a
see my
second.
head.
Yeah, basically. Vision settings. It's been a really long time since I've used this. So,
Let me know if you see that happen.
Token vision. There we go.
Definitely go there.
Can you see it now?
Okay. I can indeed.
Perfect. Great. So I will deselect you now. So hillside. So currently, I'm just going to move you to where you guys are right now. Boop. Which is over in this area. So you guys are over
Distance away.
in this forest right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Hillside is over here, as we
Okay.
can see over there.
No, it's not that far.
For some reason, Cheesy Tater's camera is on and it's fucking everything up.
It is not on.
Somehow it's on.
Oh.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you. Hold on.
What are you talking about? What
On
are
my
you
screen,
talking
it
about?
says turn camera off.
Weird.
Like my camera's like says turn camera on and unmute.
Yep.
Yeah, and on our my laptop here, it's off. I don't see her.
It's so weird. Here, I just sent you a message. Rice.
There. I'll leave the conversation.
There we go. Hey, it's fixed now. Everything is back to
Yeah.
normal. Perfect.
What? I don't see her camera on. I thought you said her camera was on.
Well, not the camera on. Sorry, I meant like something was active on there and it totally
she went on.
changed.
I didn't turn the map on the TV.
Oh,
So she was trying
got
to see the
it.
map.
She's trying. Got it. Okay, I figured it.
Yeah.
Figured
I
it
had
out.
the printout on my binder, so I was just
Yep.
doodling it.
It's completely that is obviously completely changed, but yeah.
Yeah.
I will resend this map eventually. So yeah, that's basically where you guys kind of are now.
Okay.
So hillside's quite the distance away. 1 square equals half a day's travel.
Yeah. So we're at like about where the yellow trees are ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in that little forest area there.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we both have this fucking light bulb go off about butcher thing, but I'm like, I don't know what the hell to.
So yeah, it's basically it's kind of become like a title for him almost, for the most part, much like, you know, a lord is a title. Every time someone kind of talks about this particular person, usually the next words are, "Oh, you mean the butcher of Hillside?" Usually, for the common people.
Did this lord have it coming? Or was this out of the blue?
Do a history check, or a knowledge, or a, well, you know what? That's true. You did roll a 19. For the most part, people don't know.
Was there a
There's some
general
rumors.
vibe of that town? Like, was it a? Was he generally known to be goodly? Or was it just kind of flew under the radar? There's not a lot of details at all.
He was generally known to be a fair and a good man, yeah, for the most part. I mean, there was some like land grabbing kind of stuff. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty typical for people around this area. So it's not uncommon to try to land grab.
Okay. And then what was the who is the lady whose sister got murked?
Isabel is the woman who got
Ophelia is the one we're looking for.
Ophelia is the
Ophelia,
one you're
right,
looking for.
okay.
Yeah.
She could be a werewolf.
Well, no, didn't like these guys seem to know her and also be like that she's definitely not a secret werewolf. It's cool.
They could be secret werewolves as well.
I could be secret werewolves, but
Secret
I feel like it
werewolves.
was more of a she's cool with these guys and maybe like drops them off food on her way to do stuff, or like, you know, she's kind of like a floater inside man type of
Uber
mulls
Eats.
around with the commoners and then you know, can dish some info. Like, hey, although no, she left before we showed up, so never mind. You know, like some interesting boats landed. Some guys with very fancy blowy blows are probably coming this way. So like, you know, feed the owlbear, get him ready.
A motherfucking pirate hat.
Yeah.
Get the torches.
Oh
One
yeah, because I
motherfucker with a pirate
definitely, I feel like I did ask around about the pirate hat again, and I got a
You
whole lot of
totally did.
nothing.
Yeah, for the most part. You got a lot of untrusting kind of responses, feelings, I guess. It's a proper word to say.
Yeah. All right. Well, do I know where Vontu is?
Want to? Where are you right now?
He's in like a tree or something, isn't he?
Could be.
Is there a ruckus with him up with the kobolds?
That has passed 2 hours ago. So
Oh, okay.
no, not anymore. At least not that I think, anyway.
Well, then I'll get out of the trees and I'll try and find my friend again
Okay.
and ask. So, what's the plan for tomorrow?
Oh, this is 2 hours later, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's found you at this point. Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, well, that's kind of what I was wondering. I'm not getting a lot out of the little guy. He seems mostly just kind of freaked out.
Yeah, I'm just like rocking back and forth, clutching the amulet around my neck. Bear's gonna eat me. Bear's gonna eat me. Bear's gonna eat me. I am not to play.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess the brain speaky lady just kind of like, they seem like they got some shit they need to do.
You lady.
That's my informal way to refer to her talking to Vontu.
Well, do you think that we should continue with them for now?
Yeah, like I think I like these guys. I mean, they
What do you
seem
think?
like they could get us the type of info I'm after without, you know, being fully involved.
That's what I was going to ask. If we could somehow parlay this into our advantage to get information, because they seem to be knowledgeable about criminal activities. I base this on them being criminals and smarter than us.
It's a good, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm thinking we're probably gonna have to do something for them before they're gonna start spilling any beans, if there's beans to be spilled.
I already tried roping up some kobolds for information. It did not go well.
Kobolds.
They were in a tree. It surprised me. I showed them a magic trick. They didn't like
I feel like just I'm more
Ugh.
entranced by that than Quinner would be, but okay. Well, I guess we go for it, unless it's something real fucked up.
Oh, did I ever tell you that I followed the Hat Man into a fish market?
The Hat Man?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yesterday.
okay. Hold on. Jared knows what you're talking about. He didn't have a hat. He had a patch. We're looking for the Hat Man still.
That's right. Sorry. The Patch Man.
The patch. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't think we really talked about this. Actually, we found you again, and then
Yeah.
we kind of. What did we do?
Hightailed
We
it.
immediately ran back to guard buddy and asked him for help, and he gave us horses.
So yeah, I inform you about that. Followed them into it. He went into one of the offices that I couldn't get into, but we struck up an arrangement, possible arrangement with the owner of the establishment. So like we're kind of on friendly terms. We might be able to get information out of them.
So if we come back with like 5,000 gold, we can be part owners of a fish shack.
Yes.
Okay.
All the fish we can eat.
I do like fish.
I'm gonna get you to do a perception check. Not a what's the fucking word again? Sorry.
Do I have to see if I do it myself?
No. I'm gonna get Quaynar to do a Oh my god, English major can't remember any English words. Jesus Christ. You know, to see if he's lying or not.
See if who's lying.
Insight,
Vontu?
perception?
Insight, thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna get you to do an insight check. Well, it's more of a just to like, because he's basically saying, we've got this going down, and this is such a good opportunity for us. However, that is not the way it happened. So I need you to do like an insight check to see, if he's on
I
the
rolled
level or
a
not.
6. Where do I sign?
Yeah, you're down. You've got all. He's telling exactly the truth.
I've never led you astray on any of my business decisions, have I?
I don't think it's come up so far, so technically no, which is the best kind of telling the truth.
Exactly. We'll be swimming in fish in no time.
All right. So we got that to look forward to then, but like what are we doing in the morning? I think we're going along with it unless they say some crazy shit.
To do.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's get some beers, get some sleep, and then hear these guys out. So I do that.
Small man now.
So I do that. Is there anything else anybody else wants to do before we doodly do?
Other than like trying to keep an eye on Estes for that little bit and being paralyzed with fear because of an owl bear.
He Estes
Paralyzed with
basically
fear, but just like
Can't sleep.
at this point, Estes has stopped playing the violin and he's gone into his tent.
Nap time.
like that. It's like the crow is getting picked up on the.
Yep.
I can fully hear that crow.
How could you tell?
Ooh, okay. Actually, because it happened before, I asked Vontu, if he recognizes the Butcher of Hillside as a thing. Since Monk's Order's whole thing was traveling around trying to kind of, spread the good word to less reputable folk.
Yeah. Do a history check for me, Vontu.
Fucking metal dice.
can't wait for this to be like a 0.
No, it's a 1. I rolled a 2 and I have a -1.
Doesn't sound familiar to you at all.
I know
It's
those,
like,
but not in that order.
yeah. The Butcher of Hillside does kind of like, yeah, kind of sounds familiar, but it's not something you've really paid that much attention to.
Yep. No idea.
Okay. Well,
Sounds like a good restaurant.
Everybody else, yeah, we're all good, right? So,
Nothing else you want to do? We're good.
all right, cool.
Nap time.
Doodly doo, doodly doo. So, point of exhaustion for Pocket, as we kind of discussed earlier. You cannot sleep. That owlbear, even the presence of the owlbear around, is causing you horrible, horrible memories of guts and tendons just being ripped out of the party that you had with you while you were trying to just get an egg so that you can cook some food. Learn
an
a new
owlbear
recipe.
egg?
Learn a new recipe.
Things did not go as planned.
So, you're all kind of woken up as Jan comes by and starts jostling you guys awake. He says, "Wake up! It's time for our morning pilfer." And as he's waking you up, a scout runs up to Jan and says, two carriages from Hawkinstone. And Jan says, "Good work." He begins to pick up pace and starts running towards the forest as he starts yelling to you guys, "Come on!"
Is anybody else already, like, are we seeing general camp movement? Are we the last ones up? Does everybody else seem to
General
be sleeping
camp
still?
movement. There's still some sleepers. They're groggily getting up.
Where did
I,
everybody, like, out of our group, where did everybody sleep? Were you guys close with each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume it, like, we had a little, I mean, I was riding in a cart, so we had a cart. I don't know if we put a tent in there or not.
That cart was taken away from you. From Estes took it.
I thought we just, like, went into the camp. I didn't realize he had commandeered the cart.
Well, he was stealing the horses from you originally, and then asked if you would like to join him in his camp, or at least, sorry, to join him. And then he took the horse. The horses were kind of corralled into another. So I didn't import this into Foundry, so I'm not really going to do it at the moment. But the camp is there are horses already part of the camp because of the bandits mercenaries, right? So they kind of moved those horses and the carriage towards all the other horses on the other side of the camp.
Yeah, okay, no, that's what I was thinking.
So yeah, I guess technically you guys could kind of sleep around the carriage horses if you want. There's no, I shouldn't really say it's impossible. You guys can do that if you want.
Yeah, I guess I was more just thinking, like, did we have traveling stuff packed up? I don't usually think about that because I kind of just tuck into my shell.
Yeah, they did give you a little bit of supply. You do have a bit of there was like a makeshift tent in there.
Yeah, So I guess I don't know. I would be pretty much okay by the fire, kind of just curled up in a turtle shell. But I don't know about the rest of y'all.
Who was the one that was yelling to pilfer and all that?
Jan.
Okay, I mishear him, and I think I hear pilsners, and I'm right up there, like right beside him.
Okay. Okay.
All right, I guess I got to see what's going on, so I'm going with.
Okay.
I'm like running beside that buddy and asking them, I'm like, just two people? What are we
There's-
expecting here?
As you kind of take a look, as you kind of like take a look around, you can see there's more of the camp kind of like appearing from like tree trunks and just like basically like appearing out of nowhere. They're coming down from like tree branches and everything like that. There's a lot more here than you kind of expected upon your first glance. I mean, you wake up kind of like there are the revelers that were around, and those revelers are still kind of like groggily waking up. But there's seems to be a lot more here than originally thought.
And I would have seen this happening, so I'm bumping Tal awake beside me.
Okay.
Yeah. Would I have heard, like, I don't know how far away we are from you guys, so I don't know if I would have heard the pilfer thing.
Yeah, Jan kind of made his rounds towards you guys as well and tried to rouse you up for the pilfering.
Cool.
How rousing.
So yeah, I'll bump Tal awake and like, Tal, wake up. I don't know if they want us to pilfer. I'm not really into pilfering.
Pilfer what?
I don't know. This is time for morning pilfer. I guess they do it every morning. I think I heard them say there's two coming in from Hawkinstone.
2 carriages coming in from
Yeah,
Hawkinstone.
2 carriages from Hawkinstone. So
Oh, 2 carriages. Okay, that's a lot more than the 2 dudes I was picturing.
I don't know if these guys are good or bad.
Yeah, probably gonna do. I think in your head, I'll say they're probably gonna do what they did with us.
Yeah.
Try and take resources. Which I don't know if I like that.
Depends on who they take them from and how they treat them.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm like 25 feet ahead of you guys at this point.
Yeah, we're bringing up the rear.
Okay.
Because I think we would have seen Vontu took off first and then Koinar.
Yeah, Vontu took off like enthusiastically. I'm kind of doing like I guess I may as well see what's going on here kind of run.
All right.
And I'm looking at John and asking him, "Where's the mugs?"
And then I guess we'll be coming up from the back.
And Jan's going to say, most likely coming around the bend still. And he's running down.
I fly to the bend and I perch in a tree.
Okay.
So
You
I get a good vantage point, a good
Yep. You take a look. So you fly up above the canopy and you perch into a tree, and you can see kind of a long. Let's see here. Can you see my cursor on the map?
Yeah.
You guys kind of see around this little area here. There's like a little bend in the road, basically, right? Your mark, your mugs are coming that way. You see 2 carriages start kind of starting to veer kind of around the bend. It's still ample enough time for everybody to kind of rally around that point. So rally around the point that you guys were actually mugged yourselves.
Is there anything that I can note from the carriages that would be standing out? How many people do I see, first and foremost?
You see two. You see one driver and then a guard, and then you see another driver on the other carriage and another guard. So you can at least you can see two guards riding the top of the carriage. They look
Are these
kind of regal.
regal? Okay. Is it two horses per carriage, or just one?
Yep. Two per carriage.
Okay. How far away are they?
At their current speed, I would say they're probably about 5 minutes away.
Okay. Do I have time to go back to the group?
Oh, yeah.
Sneak. Yeah. Okay, I
Yeah.
do that, and I tell them what I see.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Jan says, "Regal, huh? A driver and a guard." He points as the rest of you all catch up. He points over to a like a white barked tree. The majority of the trees over in this area are all kind of like, that typical brown bark type color. This one specific one that he points to, and he says, "You see that white bark tree over there? Very hard to miss." No need for an investigation check on this. He points over to that very specific tree, and he says, "Who wants to cut down the barricade?" And he looks at the new group, which is obviously you guys.
I'm gonna kind of look at people like, wait, okay, do you cut down a new tree every time, or does this like heal itself? And I'm like really looking at the base of the tree.
Good. Okay. He says, "It's a good question. It's actually a pre-cut tree. It's fake. You see that foliage around that tree there, and you can see like there's this pile of leaves kind of over it, kind of like over the trunk of the tree, right?" And he says, "That's just a barrier holding up the tree. It's already cut. All you need to do is just cut away the barrier, and the tree will fall down exactly where it needs to."
I'll
We
lean
have-
into a tree. Fuck it.
We need to work on a time scale here. We can't always be cutting down fresh trees. There's not enough time.
Oh, that's what I was wondering. Is it seemed odd to me.
It also seems like the exact same tree. It looks exactly the same as the tree that was already laying down in the road when you guys were coming around.
We've been bamboozled.
All right, so I ask him, I'm like, okay, what's the plan here? Obviously, tree is step one.
Trees step one. No murdering. We only take the money
Okay.
unless
don't
they
wanna be
deserve a
killing no
murder.
So I think that's mostly what I was actually asking is, what's that line?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to be killing no innocent people here.
All we need you guys to do is just cut down the barrier. How about that? And he has like he has two axes that he just like pulls out from the side.
As he does that, I reach down and pull out my two hand axes and look at him, not in the threatening way, like, yeah, hand axes.
Yeah, all right, cool, yeah.
And then
You
I
kinda
walk
nod,
over to
so-
the tree. I get halfway to the tree and I turn around and look at him and I'm like, wait, what's the signal?
Just cut it down. Just break the barrier. That's all you need to do.
Like right now.
Right now.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
As
I
you
do that.
begin to like kind of walk across, you can start to hear the carriage, the horses coming around, and as you kind of look, you can see they're getting closer. By the time you reach the tree, you still have enough time to cut the barrier away.
It's so gross.
But I'm going to get you to do a. Anyone want to join him, by the way? Or are we just going to let Quanar go
I
do it
mean-
by himself?
I have a -1 to strength. I'm sure I could help.
Ah,
Just kidding,
that's
guys. I'm not gonna help.
yeah. Kind of like here, but I've got the tree pushing. That's totally fine. You're more of a
Okay,
I
so
don't know. You can summon shit. That's creepy, but like that could be handy.
so I'm gonna get you to do a athletics check for me, please, just to see if you can a strength athletics check, just to see if you can make it past. Like,
19.
oh yeah, you have more than enough time to run across the path there. So you get to the barrier, and it's just like it's shoddy, but it's sturdy enough to hold up the tree. The tree is obviously like it's it's a real tree. There's still like some girth to it. It is kind of like planted, um, kind of buried in place, but the barrier is really the thing that's holding it up. Um, Taking just a real quick look at the barrier, uh, it looks just it's like one of those fence wooden barriers, and there's like a log just kind of like holding up the rest of the base so that it all doesn't just kind of tumble through. Pushing it would be a little more difficult, but I mean, you could push it if you want, but it might not go in the direction that you want it to go in. This seems very set up so that it would actually fall in the path that it needs to go. Um, Taking a real quick look, like the leaves and everything, it's all kind of like one of those. It's a net, and it's just some leaves on it. From a distance, you can't even see that it's a net. It just looks like a pile of leaves. But um, basically, what you would need to do is get your axe, and then you just hit the barrier that's leaned up against the. Hit the just break away um, the log that's holding or the wood that's holding up the barrier.
All right. I go for that.
All right, I'll get you to do a attack roll, please.
With a hand axe, that is a 25.
25. Yeah, you hit, no problem. You do your damage rolls, please.
He's standing right in front.
That's a 9.
9. Okay, you hit it. You hear the splinter of wood. It it's it looks like it could take one more hit before it actually breaks away. So I get you to do another attack roll.
All right. That one is a 15.
15. Yep, you hit. Roll damage.
7 that time.
Perfect. That was more than enough at that point to break the rest of the barrier away. The tree begins to fall, and I get you to do actually, in the position that you're in, you don't have to dodge the tree. It just fells basically by itself. You hear that kind of like as you're expecting like a whole bunch of leaves to kind of like fall down with it, but what really happens, just another net of leaves just kind of like drifts down and lands in front of you, making it look like a whole bunch of like foliage on top of the tree. But this is clearly like a pre-cut. Everything about this is clearly pre-cut and
Tree's
planned out.
dead. The fucking leaves have been smashed off 100 times.
Basically, yeah.
Kind of like go to elbow pocket, and I'm like, these guys have got this shit figured out.
I don't think Pocket's there.
Wait, didn't Pocket come with me?
I think Pocket stayed behind.
Pocket, did you come with me?
No, I couldn't help you at all, so I didn't.
He stayed
okay.
behind you. So, yeah, you're just thinking at this point, wow, these guys really got it together.
Yeah.
The tree falls into the path, and just in time as the horses kind of come up, probably about 10 feet away or so of the fallen tree, and the rider, the driver's whoa, and tries to stop the carriages in time.
Now you said
Which they do.
the fake foliage kind of drifted down like
Yeah.
right on top of me, basically. Okay, I am going to use my shell defense withdraw, pull into my shell on the ground, so I'm prone
Okay.
and small and have no arms sticking out, with
Okay.
the fake ghillie suit over top of me.
Perfect. You have fake camouflage now.
Nice.
It's at this point where you hear um, a violin start playing, and you see Estes kind of come come around from like the other band, this kind of the same band that he came out from, where he originally mugged you. Seems like he's got this one spot that he likes. And he comes around and starts walking up to the carriage, and he plays like a kind of a long note, looks up into the window of the carriage, and you hear like that kind of like the kind of noise. And at this point, Jan says, he points to, I'll say he points to Vontu and Tell, and he says, "You guys go hassle the other guards." And then he points to another group and he says, "You follow Estes." And two bandity mercenary dudes walk down the hill towards Estes, and you can see Estes kind of hop up onto the carriage and start talking in the window. You can't make out anything he's saying, but you see him kind of start talking through the window. He's kind of like leaning up, like he's on the what do they call those again? The not the spurs, but the step of the carriage, right? Like
the skirts? Is it skirts?
I think it's a skirt. Yeah, the skirts. I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Skirts. Step. Anyway, he's on the skirts of the carriage, and he's kind of like casually leaning, like trying to play it cool, kind of, and almost flirty. A kind of like a flirty position that he's in. And as that's happening, Jan says, "Come on, you two." And then saying it to Vontu and Tell as he starts walking down towards the other carriage himself.
Alright, I fly up and go on top of the carriage.
Okay.
I just love that your instinct is always to like high ground 100% of the time.
Oh, I can't wait for
Nets everywhere.
I'm in danger.
I can't wait until you guys reach level 5. Let's just say that.
As they're walking down, can I hear anything of what Buddy's saying? Because didn't you say I was only like 10 feet away?
You're pretty close, but you can't really hear what he's saying either. He
All right.
seems to be speaking in a muffled, hushed tone.
Do I recognize either one of the guards? Or do they look like city guards, like dudes I would possibly recognize, or are these like guards, like
No,
just hired
actually,
guards?
no. They actually, you don't have to do a roll for this. As you kind of peek out from your shell, you can see that these guards are from Clodira, which on the world map is kind of the northern, one of the northern continents, a smaller kind of northern continent.
Okay, so they're cool. I just wanted to like make sure we weren't immediately fucking with Gregor because he was good shit.
Yep. Yep.
I guess it would seem weird if he like sent us off and then like half a day later was like, I should probably go check on him though.
At this point, some guards kind of, as Vontu kind of lands on top of the carriage, the door opens up and guards kind of like jump out like clowns in the the clown car. And as they start brandishing their weapons, a voice from the first carriage, you see Estes yell out, "Now is not the time, gentlemen." And they start to approach. And then a woman's voice from the carriage also yells out. She says, "Yield." And they look at each other, kind of, they stop. Jan walks up to them and starts disarming them. He just like takes their swords basically and just like throws them on the ground, takes their weapons, their brandished weapons, throws them on the ground. And he starts walking around and he goes, "Well, you heard the lady. It's time to pay up, isn't it, gentlemen?" And they start to, they all just kind of like look at each other and they just cross their arms. They don't really start to do anything. And Jan says, "Playing it hard, huh? Well, we've got some new recruits here. Maybe they can persuade you." And he looks up at Vontu on the second carriage there, perched.
I swoop in and I grab hold of them and I fly up.
Okay. Do a strength check, please.
I can change that to dexterity.
Okay, go for it.
I rolled a 13, and my dex is +3, so 16.
Okay. You are able to lift one up, probably about, I would say, 5 feet off the ground at the moment.
Cool. And I'm holding from my feet.
Yep, I know.
Alright, cool. So I just dangle him a little bit, like just
Okay.
kind of see if
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
got
try to.
anything.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
can you grab his legs and lunch money this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tal, did you join or not?
No,
Okay, I figured.
Oh.
no, I am like a good 15 feet, like on the outskirts.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think we're back together.
Just
Just like
kind of like watching.
Yep.
Shit goes bad.
Jan walks up and starts kind of patting one of the guards down. For the most part, what else are you watching exactly? What are you looking out for? If there's anything specific.
Sneaky hands, hidden weapons. You know that if this is going to, are we bringing a knife to a gunfight kind of dealy?
Okay.
Or just I'm a podunk kick and I'm literally stealing lunch money.
yeah.
You know, like I just want to
There's
make
like-
sure that there's like what line are we crossing because we don't know them.
Yeah.
we
Do
know that
a
we had like how many people with us too, right?
yeah.
Like the little pilfer group is actually like a lot of people.
I would say it's about 15, including you guys. Yeah.
I'm kind of just in my shell. I'm same type of thing. I'm trying to watch, and just if the first person that looks like they're up to some shit, I'm gonna horn of silent alarm them and just try to like throw them for a second because they're
Okay.
like they go to pull like a secret dagger, and then all of a sudden you just hear oh in your head. I feel like that's gonna ruin your element of surprise.
Perfect. Yeah, for the most part, everybody seems to be cooperative. As Vontu is lifting the the gentleman up into the air. Jan is kind of patting him down and kind of shakes his head. Hey, he's got nothing.
I unceremoniously just drop him.
Yep. Clang. The dude just like lands on his feet and then just falls on his ass. He's like, oh, and he like tries to get up. Jan kind of like pushes him back down. Just stay down there. He goes on to the next guy and starts like kind of patting him down as well. At this point, Estes, you see Estes hold out his hand, and a coin purse, not a coin purse, but like a bag, pouch. Very specific word. I wrote down the very specific word, pouch. A coin pouch. You see
Like
him
big enough
kind
to
of
have a
like,
dollar sign on it.
Not a dollar sign.
Oh, nice.
But it's pretty big. It's big enough. He's got a pouch in his hand now from the carriage. He hops down and kind of like tosses it in the air, bows, turns to the carriage, and then bows like a gentleman and says to the rest of the group, remove the log, let them through. And Jan kind of looks over and a little suspicious. Then you see him kind of like, he nods. And then you can see the rest of the band, the camp kind of like start to, it takes about like 5-6 guys to lift up the tree, the fallen tree, and move it out of the way. One of the other members of the band camp goes over to Jan and says, Jan, look what I got. And he's got like a little pouch of gold, or it could be anything. It's just a pouch. And Jan says, oh, good job, kid. And
After I
takes
dropped
it.
the fellow and I was hovering in the air, I kind of also want to see if I can't get a look-see at whomever Esper was talking to.
Okay. Yeah, are you trying to do it stealthily?
No.
Or are you very obvious about it?
Not like I'm not trying to be stealthy, but
Like you're
yeah.
not trying to be obvious, you're in the middle. Okay, just do an investigation check.
Cool. That's another one. So an 11.
11. Okay. You kind of like and fly around the
I almost got my drink out.
fly around the carriage trying to get a good look, but it's a little yeah. It's dark inside the carriage. You can see there's kind of like, as you're flying around, you can see 2 in the front and then 2 kind of sitting in the back, so you can see there's about 4 people. You can't really make out anyone in the carriage. While it's bright outside, they kind of have shade in there, so it's fairly dark. This looks like a fairly actually, you can, now that we mention it, you notice there is the crest of the Dalmatia bloodline, which is King Hector's bloodline.
Okay, this is important.
Domitia, Dalmatia. as you may recall, everybody knows this, so you don't need to do a history check. The eldest sister, the eldest family member of the Domitias, actually lives in Clodira, and usually is a envoy of sorts. An envoy and a ambassador to the two continents.
Oh. And that's them right there? Or that's the
That's
family?
that's who you're that's who's being robbed right now. Yeah.
Like an idiot, I go introduce myself. Hello, my name's Vontu. I'm new to this group. This is my first time doing this. How are you? How would you rate this?
How would you rate this pilfer?
Anything less than
Um,
5 stars is basically a 1 star. Just keep that in mind.
If you have diplomatic immunity, you should have said before we pilfered you.
yeah.
Man, that's your fault, really.
Estes at this point has already kind of walked halfway back to where he began, so he has no choice but to let this happen.
It ruins his cool if he turns back.
I mean, he does turn around and look. He does turn around and look, and then he kind of shrugs, chuckles, sits down, and kind of watches what happens. At this point, the log has already been removed, and you get a glance not from a woman, but from like one of the gentlemen kind of sitting beside her. He looks, you get a kind of a better look at him. He's an older fella. He's got a like scars down his face I'm looking in the camera on the right side. I want to take his face off. He's got scars like, it looks like could be like a wyvern sized maybe claw mark scars down the the right side of his face. Yeah. wasn't your wasn't your mole on the other side of your face? I have a mole. That's a deep cut. Anyways, as he's got scars down on the right side of his face, one eye is good, the other eye is just totally like Nick Fury'd gray or whatever. Totally roughly destroyed. And then he he says, never actually been pilfered before. Quite the adventure. And then the carriages ride off.
Well, enjoy your day. If you ever want to get again, think of us.
Wings.
What's that?
They just found this whole process as quaint.
Basically, yeah.
Play dumb to get more information. I don't even play the characters dumb, but like I try to get more information just by being like, "Hello, how's it going? I'm an idiot." That this was kind of expected.
Well, yeah, because what is it? Fat Buddy Yawn kind of like he seemed taken aback by either how quick it was or how little we took from them. I guess can I get a read on Yawn? Did it seem
Yeah, go for it.
one way or the other? Like
Yawn.
That's a 5. Jesus.
A 5. um.
That one.
Yeah, you don't really get a read.
Straight blind.
You
Yep.
don't really know what he's kind of what tickled his fancy, I guess. You don't really know.
Yeah. Okay. Tuck that in my back pocket. Something was weird. I don't know what.
At this point, the carriages take off. They're gone. Everybody kind of like corrals up, and Estes says, I do have to say, this troop has guts. And he stands up, starts playing the violin, and starts walking back towards camp.
I pop out of my shell and I'm like, is that it?
We're not getting an idea of how he clocked us, eh? The two that weren't participating.
No.
Can we inside check him?
I mean, you could do an insight check. Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Ooh, not 20, baby.
Oh shit!
25.
What did I get? We're doing insight. I got 15.
Okay, and that 20, huh? At a 15,
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There you go.
hey,
What? I don't see anything.
you. He's very hard to read.
Okay.
For the most part, he's very, I guess, stoic is kind of the word you want to say. He thinks you totally see that he's impressed by what Vontu did. Slightly taken aback, not something that he would have done. But for you guys, like the ones that kind of stayed behind, yeah, he kind of, it's hard to read what he feels about you two at the moment, really.
Well, I'm just glad it didn't end in murder.
In your head, I think I'm going to respond back. Keep an eye, just in case. I don't think you like that.
Probably not.
End scene. He begins to walk back to the forest. Sorry, go back. He goes back to the camp. And at this point, Jan kind of catches up to everybody, and he takes the pouch. It's a purple kind of pouch. It has the crest of the Domitia on it. And he pulls out another pouch from his side and empties the contents into it, and then just tosses the Domitia pouch.
Well, I'm going to
onto the
snag
ground
that.
behind him. Yeah, go for it.
You grab that, Jared?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, the empty pouch?
Yeah, because it's got the crest symbol on it too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Might be able to use that in the future.
As you, what do you guys do? Do you follow the, do you follow the group at this point? There are a couple of stragglers, so
Where's sexy bandit man?
Sexy bandit man is already in the forest, heading back towards the camp. I'll say he's like 25, 30 feet ahead of you.
I'll go up to him and ask him. So, what do you think? How did we do?
How would you rate this pilfer?
Yeah.
You start to kind of go up and look for him. He gone.
Oh, he gone.
But- He gone. But you can hear the sound of a violin coming, like kind of resonating through the forest. You hear it's a sorrowful kind of, it's sorrowful, saddening, kind of makes you remember a sad childhood memory almost. Something, yeah, just sorrowful. Sorrowful is the perfect word for the kind of sound that's emanating from the violin at the moment.
Is it coming from one particular direction?
It's kind of coming from all around. It's like resonating throughout the forest. Not like as you get at the outskirts, it's very hard to hear. Like you don't really hear it at all. But as you kind of get closer to the camp, that's when you start to hear it kind of resonating throughout the area.
Okay. Are you guys following to camp as well?
Well, yeah, he flew off. I guess I'll kind of look at the other two. I'm like, I mean, we haven't had breakfast yet, so
I was promised pilsners.
let's at least go do that.
Oh, you're talking to what, Tal and I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I suppose.
I mean, all of our shit is back there.
Yeah, well, we gotta go back. Sadly.
So you guys kind of pick up the rear again. You all kind of make it back to the camp roughly around at the same time. There's a couple of stragglers, obviously. As you all kind of approach back to the camp and food starts to get doled out to everybody, it's kind of sloppy. It's definitely no it doesn't seem like they have a cook here. They have a cook, but he's kind of like, he just grabs a whole bunch of stuff and just kind of like tosses it in together, no rhyme or reason whatsoever. It's slop. There's no way around it. It's slop.
This is fucking awful. Trying to think. Didn't I grab like some snacks from the restaurant before we?
Yes, you did.
I'm trying to remember
Dried
what I
shit.
grabbed. I know I got
There are some like
one more,
dried
like, a bunch of
shrimp.
dried sardines.
Oh yeah, I got
the
a fuck of dried
sardines,
shrimp.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah,
remember
dried
what I grabbed for
sardines. Yeah.
myself. I didn't actually like specifically say what I grabbed for myself, but it would have been some good food.
Yeah, it would have been good.
Yeah. So they can have their slop. I know Tal and I are eating all right. Koino's got his like salty sardines if he wants to eat them. And
I'm gonna
Turtle
go-
taste buds aren't that refined. I'm mostly good with the slop.
you're gonna be like a duck eating peas. Just when they eat peas and they're just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's very specific, not. I do not. Oh, okay, I get
Yeah,
that.
if I see Tal like even like putting the slop towards her mouth, I just slap the whole bowl out of her. Even think about it. What are you thinking?
I did not prepare to detect poison today, so
Well, food poisonous. Fucking eat it.
I hear her say that. And I just look over and just wipe my mouth with the back of my arm, and like 3/4 of my bowl is gone already. I'm like, it's fine. It's not great, but it's fine.
Whatever I made, brekkie standos.
So, what? The only thing you make?
No, that's what. When it was breakfast, we're making breakfast sandwiches. Pre-made. So it's kind of like those sad 7-Eleven ones that they're like a day old. but
Oh.
still good, this shit.
Like trying to heat it on the fire with a burn in the buns.
Yeah.
As a
On the outside.
out of GM character. 7-Eleven sandwiches in Japan. Mwah.
Yeah.
So good. So fresh, so good. I don't know how they do it. Here, garbage.
Oh yeah, we have.
They're fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, we have. Well, we
Just
saw the
haven't
Singapore
ingested them.
ones and stuff too. Yeah. But yeah, here. Oh
Ugh.
no.
All right.
No.
Back in. Back in the GM role.
Yeah.
The slop gets doled out. Everybody's eating. Any of the group eating slop. So I already I'm mostly okay. So after you
Well,
eat
we're
the
eating
slop,
good shit here.
I know. After you eat the slop, Vontu, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Hey, Jared also ate the slot.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Constitution save, please.
23.
Okay.
Where's Con?
Oh, saving.
I mean,
Did this guy leave meat out at room temperature all night? What a fucking
I
idiot.
guess what I could say, I guess the way to put this is you guys, I'll give you advantage because you do have experience eating slop
Oh yeah, on your ship.
Yeah.
on the ships. So if you want to roll advantage, Vontu, go ahead.
I rolled a 15 and I have +2. Does 17 get it so I don't
Okay.
die?
I don't think you were going to instantly die, but maybe.
And you won't double.
It
down.
does not taste like the slop from ships. It tastes, I wouldn't say putrid, but kind of like when someone, let's just say, likes a lot of garlic as opposed to someone else or basil or something like that. And they just put way too much of it in. And it's
Would I be able to do like
overpowering
that?
everything.
Would I be able to do like an investigation check on the slop?
And to see what's in it.
Yeah.
If you dare to put it in your mouth, yes.
Just like a little bit, like just that little like.
Uh-huh.
You get the back of a spoon wet and lick that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll risk it.
Guidance.
I can give you advantage for that because you're
With my snack.
Background.
I'm just going to sleep.
Advantage, so I'm just
Disadvantage.
yeah.
no
So I'm just-
advantage.
yeah, but I have exhaustion. So
Right.
it just
Oh, yeah.
straight
So you're just normal.
So
so
yeah, it's just normal.
roll with guidance, which is the
Spicy.
D4.
Yes.
What am I? Investigation. Just for the guidance. So that's 16, 19.
19. There is absolutely nothing of substance in this. It's
like,
basically
There's no
It's-
nutrition, no. It's not people.
it's not people. There's a lot of like bark and roots kind of stuff in it.
They're like hot
Um,
dogs, lips and assholes.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
You get the flavor of like there's a very specific root over here. It's called the lime root. Does not taste like lime. The only reason why it's called that is because of the color. It's
It's red.
no, it's usually poisonous unless you
grab me a
boil it in a very specific
From
way.
Bird?
Did they boil
Which-
it in a very specific way?
Maybe.
I don't know if everybody will hear me, but the tiny little halfling voice is, "What the fuck is wrong with all of you? Jesus Christ!" Not that Jesus Christ. Does Jesus Christ exist in this?
Time.
No.
Fucking praise Yondella. Jesus. Praise Jesus Yondella, y'all.
Thankfully, I wouldn't be having
Tiamat, you can
this
say
slop
tier,
because I have
tier,
to eat,
whatever.
so I'm, just,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
trying to like
Jackson Pollock.
Yeah. I've eaten like
Saloon is a very Saloon is kind of the goddess of knowledge and the moon around here, and they're kind of the ones that the Domatia family kind of worships. So you could
Right.
say Saloon if you want. It's more prevalent, the more prevalent deity around this area.
Sorry, what was it?
Saloon.
Saloon?
Hmm.
Oh,
Selune, if I am
Yep.
not mistaken.
Yep, and
Sorry?
it's got a Selune, and it has a omlat, I think, on the top of the U.
I just as Pocket like exclaims like, "What the hell is wrong with all y'all?" I'm just gonna be like, "It just needs a little bit of salt," and then I crumble up some of my dried sardines on the
Mm.
top as I take a spoonful, and then I hold out a handful over top his bowl and kind of like a
what, my bowl?
The,
I don't know.
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah,
think I
right.
just picked some
You-
off of like whatever splattered somewhere.
You just got a spoon off of
just
mine.
Oh no, the bowl that Tal had for half a second that I slapped out of her hand. I tried something from that. It's like even nutmeg.
The group seems to be yumming it up. Like they can't get enough of it. They're just like slopping it. Going for like seconds basically. Remembering that a majority of these people are actually displaced veterans from the war that just happened. They probably are used to this gruel slop from being in the being abroad in the army, right?
Well, we had like a good full meal yesterday. This is probably all these guys have had for a minute.
Pretty much, yeah. They don't get a lot of nutritional food, you gather. By the way, they're eating this stuff. Yeah, you gather they're not getting a lot. I mean, not a lot of them are. I mean, obviously there are the times where they'll go hunting for boar or something like that.
Hey, quiet.
But
None of that.
but for the most part, it's nothing. I mean, you did meet Jan with like a mutton haunch and beer, so you do know that they do get, some of them do get food.
Grace. It's just people outside. You hear people in the hall at home all the time.
Does she also want to fight those people?
Sometimes.
To the balcony with you. Should probably actually enjoy that.
Mm.
I don't know. Let's get some food in us and kind of.
So
I mean,
You
Jan
eat?
seems to be more the point of contacty guy.
he's more boisterous, yeah, for sure.
All right. I don't know. I guess I'll saddle up to him with his probably third bowl of this shit and be like, so, like, do you know the plan? Should I go talk to fucking Captain Violin? My boat really like nicknames. It's the thing I picked up.
Jan says, he'll address you. Don't worry about it. It's coming up. This song that he plays, and he's been playing music throughout the whole, this whole time. He hasn't even touched the gruel at all. He doesn't eat it. But he's just playing music throughout the whole time, just kind of giving that. It's still sorrowful, the sound, the music that he's playing. It's not very lively at all. Jan, so Jan just basically continues. He just states that he'll come to you when he's ready. This song that he's playing, it's not a good one. It's definitely brought up some memories when he saw her.
Oh, you can't say a word with that inflection and not follow it up, sir.
Well, well, let's just say, and he slurps up some more gruel. Let's just say, you guys are a little blurry on the backside over there, but maybe wave your hand at the camera or something. There you go. Hey, perfect. He, yeah, do the Vogue. There you go. Perfect. He says, well, let's just leave it at whatever happened between those two happened between those two. And he kind of does a Santa Claus. And then continues to slurp up the gruel.
I kind of just turn around like I'm not getting anything out of this fucking guy. I don't
Do
say
an
that out
insight.
loud, but
Yeah, do an insight check for me.
oh, that's not terrible. It's a 17.
He doesn't know what happened.
All right.
Just wants to seem important.
As you guys continue, just kind of like look around. Is there anything that you want to do while everybody's eating, or are we moving on to the next part?
Do I see the kobolds from the day before?
Hmm.
Okay. So they're a part of
Investigation
the-
check.
Is that cocked? Yeah, that was cocked. Ah, shitty. That would have been nice. Yeah, that's fucking shite. Investigation, such an aggravation. Accusation, 5. My first one, it was.
You don't see the kobolds.
Yeah. All right.
Well, your cocked one
Was a 19.
You're sure they're there,
Yeah.
but you don't see them.
I asked Big
You can
Ol'
smell
Yon
them. They kind of
if
smell like
they-
dragon farts.
Mhm.
Do you guys? I asked Big Ol' Yon if they have kobolds in the group.
You asked them that?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ask a specific guy? I was crunching a chip, so I didn't hear the first part.
Oh yeah. Big Ol' Yon.
Okay. The big old yawn, yeah. He says, I don't know how we got those kobolds in the group, but they prove to be quite useful sometimes. And he continues to, he's on like his 5th bowl of gruel at this point.
You know you're actually burning more calories eating that than you're gaining from it, right?
That's what they tell me.
Oh, he's got to keep it topped off with the beer. I'm gonna go over to Tal and Pocket.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask Tal. I'm like, I've got an idea.
What?
I'm gonna walk over to our horses and carriage. Just keep an eye on everybody, and then I point to my head. I'm like, brain talk me if shit starts getting looking like it's gonna kick off. So I'm kind of walking over just to look like I got a favorite horse. I'm gonna give him some pets or
Gonna
I
go
gotta-
saunter. Yeah.
yeah,
Casually
like,
saunter.
not looking like I'm trying to run away with the horses, but just
Mhm.
I want to see if going anywhere near them immediately makes people distrustful or whatever the fuck.
Not really.
No. Do I have to roll?
Nothing. You don't notice anyone being up in arms about it or anything.
Okay, so I'll go hang out over there
but
for a
as
couple
you
minutes
get
and
Closer. So as you actually get to the horses, you hear like a chutter, kind of,
Chunder.
that you've never actually heard before.
Yeah.
And you kind of like, you hear it kind of in the trees. And as you look up, you see like this tail, this red scaly tail kind of like dangling off one of the branches. And you see like a four clawed foot also kind of like dangling off one of the branches too. And you hear like a kind of like
If Quanar was to guess, like how big of a leg is it? Like, is this like a fucking
it's about your size.
like the leg is my size, or the total? Like what size of beast does this leg look like it
Your-
possibly belongs to?
How tall are you again? You're very short.
I'm 4'11" and I'm like 3'8" wide.
I would say that it's scrawny, and it's probably about the same. It's a little shorter than your leg.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. Is this in front of me, like on the other side of the horses, to the left
It's
or
above in
right?
the treetops.
Okay. Just kind of looks like it's chilling.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna
Another
stop.
leg kind of facing the opposite direction kind of pokes out, and a branch, and then goes back into the treetop. Sorry, back into the foliage, and you can see the tree kind of like start to jostle.
All right, I'm gonna
and
stop. Oh yeah,
a
good.
kobold falls out of the tree and just falls flat on its back. And its wind, you just hear like this as the wind kind of escapes. And you see another kobold kind of like jump out of the foliage and hang down off one of their branches. He's like, and jumps down and then starts kind of like jumps onto the other kobold, and you see them start to wrestle.
So wait, was that the foot I saw? Was a kobold foot?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I thought they were like running away from a much scarier thing. All right. Well, I'll kind of just like cross my arms and take this in for a minute because this is new and interesting.
Yeah, the other one starts punching the other one in the face. They just start like rolling around and start attacking each other.
Is there any close by bandits? Like
Yeah, there's a
anybody
couple.
within? All right.
I mean,
well,
there's the two kobolds.
Well,
And
yeah,
then
other than them.
and then there's a couple guarding the horses. Yeah.
all right. Well, the closest guy, I'll be like, one. Is this normal? Are these guys with us?
They kind of look at one of the guards. Kind of looks at the other guard and is like, "Yeah, this is normal." This happens quite often.
Do they look like the same, or does there like identifying features? Is there like a slightly taller
They're
one
both
or a
kind of like-
chunkier one?
Yeah, they're both red. They got red scales. There is one that's a little bit chunkier than the other. One has a longer snout. The other one has a shorter snout.
Right,
There's differences. Yeah.
I will reach into my pocket and pull out
Uh-huh.
5 silver and be like, I've got 5 silver on the chunky one.
Okay. The guard kind of like, oh, he's gets some attention, and he pulls out 5 silver himself. He goes, I got the scrawny one. And then the other one kind of was like, oh, are we betting? We betting? He's like, oh, I got 10. I got 10. He's like, no, you have a problem. Come on, man. Come on.
I've seen this on the sea many times.
The fight plays out, and it kind of kind of peters off. There doesn't really seem to be any conclusion. And as there's really no conclusion to it, one of the guards tries to just like take the coin that's on the table. And he's like, well, I guess there's no conclusion to that. So that's a shame. He puts the money into his pocket.
Wait, like all the money?
Yep.
Who is this some third party guy or is this the guy who bet with me?
I've just got to bet with you.
Oh, I'm gonna turtle hand his hand and be like, no,
Okay,
no,
yeah, go
no.
ahead. Yeah.
I'm just stopping him from pocketing it.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
there's got to be something else.
Do a dexterity check.
The money's already on the table. Let's make this interesting.
Yeah, do a dexterity check.
That is a 15.
All right. Yeah, you just stop him. And he goes, interesting how?
I don't know. You've been here longer.
Okay.
What goes on?
I'll say
Somebody get a little drunk in the morning and start a fight?
I'll say if you go over to Jan and you tell him the maiden sends her regards, I will give you the pot.
Hayden said. I don't know, man. I'm looking to bet. You're turning this into truth or dare.
Take it or leave it.
Well, why are you taking it to begin with?
That's very I've been here longer.
That seems like a shit rule.
Well, and he
Can I like turn my holding his hand down into an arm wrestling position?
oh. Okay.
Like kind of grasp his hand and like turn it over and just elbows down
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this little table.
Yeah, it's just all in one motion. You like grab it and then like just
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. He goes, "Oh, arm wrestling, huh? It's a pity I'm not good at it." And he lets go of your hand.
Does he also let go of the coin?
Let's reiterate the way he lets go of your hand. He just kind of like from your thumb, he just kind of like, releases.
Don't let go of
Let's
his
go.
hand, Jared.
What?
I said, don't let go of his hand. He has your money.
Yeah, can I try to like grip down a little bit? Maybe do like
Okay, yeah, do a strength check.
like a strength-based intimidation check or something?
Yeah, go for it. A strength-based intimidation check. Go for it.
That is an 18.
The hand on the shoulder, like, you shouldn't be going that way, friend.
Put your hand on my shoulder. I was not prepared for this. I was thinking that I was gonna roll. Actually, I can roll. I can do a private roll. No, it's okay. I'm gonna get my my Sith dice are right there. No,
No.
not yet. Not yet. We're not at that point yet.
Fucked us.
We're not at that point yet. Okay. He begins to pull away, but you've got a good grip on him, and he says, "All right, okay. What's that over there?" And he like tries to distract you. Do a I'll get you to do like we'll do an opposing intimidation check.
Is this just back to standard charisma then?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
I thought it was the way he did. I fall for it immediately.
Oh, I fall for it immediately. That's a 1.
Yeah, he got a 12. So he's like, "What's that over there?" And as you go and look, he totally just like removes his hand from your grip and he goes,
Whoop, 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 whoop.
"Yeah," and he's like, "Woo!" And then he's like, "Oh, better luck next time, friend."
I got to poke him in the eyes and he throws up the hand.
Right? Yeah, he says, he goes, "Better luck next time, friend."
I'm going to look at his
And then
gambling
he-
problem friend.
and then his gambling problem friend's like, "Come on, man." And then he's like, "All right," and he's like, "For your effort," and he tosses you a silver.
This guy's a dick. I'm gonna just walk between them and like not throw a shoulder into him, but like brush him with the shell as I go into the horses.
Yeah. Of course. And he goes, "No hard feelings. It's all in good fun."
Yeah.
And then he
Just under my breath, I'm like, "For you, you dick."
yeah.
I wanted to see a kobold fight, sir.
It kind of sucked that it petered out. They just kind of like there is no clear winner. It's like when cats fight. There's like they tussle, and then it's like, all right, well, I'm done now, so I'm just gonna go over there. Then they both kind of just mutually walk off.
All right, so that whole interaction and me going to the horses has drawn little to no attention.
Basically, yeah.
All right, I guess I'll pay 9 gold to cause a ruckus and get some information out of it. I mean, 9 silver. 9 gold would be a terrible deal.
Yep.
Alright,
You're gonna
where's my-
pay to get a ruckus?
Well, no, I mean, like that's kind of what just happened.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you now. Okay. Now I'm
Yes.
following.
Plan? There's like, and there's Tal and I walking, like, just sitting back there watching everything from afar, just like, what do you think his overall plan was? He did say he was going to check the carts, right?
That's what he said. But then he walked outside of my, brain talking
Oh,
circle.
Oh yeah.
So
I guess I haven't asked for a whole lot of details about it, have I?
Yeah, I
Nope.
like anywhere as well.
this is pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I feel like this came up when we were investigating the crates and fucking your buddy was Pocket was smashing stuff. I think I knew it was 30 feet, and I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I think you did. I think you knew there was a range to it.
stank on it.
Yeah.
Wait until we level up.
Wait till we level up, kids. Better. So stuff.
I just know I'm not going to try it again because I almost pooped myself.
Oh, that was a good time. What's everybody else at this point do? What's your main purpose around the horses? I should say. What are you planning to do?
Really just go over there and like I was just wanting to see if me trying to go to the horses was going to get people up in arms.
Right.
So I'm kind of
Not
just still trying to get a read on the the room, so to
Yep.
speak.
Yeah.
Like, they said these are the new guys. They got us to
Yep.
participate in a thing, but like, are we really the new guys? Or are we like still outsiders?
Yeah, you kind of get the sense, I would say, that they know there's some guards there, so they're not really too worried about it. They've camped in this forest for quite a bit. As you've probably noticed by now, when the people have, like, you didn't even know that there was other members hidden up in the treetops, even the ones like just appearing from around the corner of a tree. Like just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Rrrt."
I did want to ask that. Were the people coming out of the trees like different races that would be more prone to being in trees, or just very dexterous dudes?
There were a mix of both. There were also some that were literally just coming out of a tree, like they kind of hollowed it out and they just kind of
Some-
like opened up the flap of the tree, the bark,
Some
and, like,
chunky
walked
old
out.
growth shit.
Yeah. So there's a couple of that. There's a couple of those, but for the most part, there's some really like, for the most part, they're like hidden up in the trees. There's some really dexterous folk that just kind of like camouflaged their way through. So, like, mercenary or not like veteran camouflage. Like these dudes probably know what they're doing.
Okay. Well, I guess
mean,
I don't
now-
know.
I mean, now you've got like a makeshift ghillie. So.
Oh. I figured they were gonna take that back and put it back on the tree, but
They have not taken that.
all right, sweet.
I
yeah,
mean,
don't know.
I'm
guess
gonna say you've been carrying it around this whole time.
just
It's like
draped
stuck on your
around my
tail
neck
or-
like a fucking.
yeah, it's stuck under your tail or something. Actually, wait, you have a tail, right?
I do believe I have a tail.
Yeah, I do believe you do. Yeah, it's like kind of like stuck around your tail. You're just like dragging it this whole time.
All right.
Like a nat 20 of
But yeah, for the most part, no one's really. You get the sense that they're fairly comfortable with the guards around here. So
Okay. Well, I guess we're just
Well, table.
fucking waiting.
and
I kind of tell them, I'm like, I fucking Jan said Buddy had come talk to us when he was ready. I don't know
Yep.
what that means.
As you're kind of looking around there, you hear this kind of the violin starts to kind of slow, and then you hear him hang on a note for about 5-10 seconds. And then Jan says, "New fellas and lady, gather around. And everybody, gather around." And everybody starts to kind of coalesce into one
I,
area.
I like elbow Vontu. I'm like, he would have just been fine if he said the second thing. Anyways,
Ladies.
but I digress.
And he points to, I want the new people over here. And he kind of points in front of the campfire, where the campfire was, in front
Yes.
of Estes's tent.
Guys putting a lot of stank on new, but all right.
I'll watch your back if you watch
I
mine.
play dumb. I don't go over.
You're like looking around for like, where's these new guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's looking at you. and
I've already
Vontu.
participated in a pilfering. I am not the
Yeah.
new guy.
Everybody's looking at like Vontu, as Vontu's looking at everybody like, who's the new guys? And they're all like looking at you as if we know you're the new guy.
I don't feel like the new guy.
Jan kind of comes up from behind you and kind of shoves you forward.
I kick him.
Okay, do an attack roll.
Not a hard kick, but like as hard as the
Yeah, yeah.
shovel. I
Yeah,
kick
yeah,
him.
do an attack roll.
Reactionary kick.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. What's a plus?
It would be your proficiency in. Well, it'd just be your strength.
Okay, but I can make any strength to death, so it's a 20.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
20.
All right. He you kind of like you as he starts shoving you forward, you do like a reactive kick.
Right in
and
the shin.
and he just kind of laughs it off. Continues to push you through. Come on, come on. Nothing to be worried about. And he kind of shoves you to the center. Anybody else? What did Tell and Pocket? What do you guys do?
I guess we're coming over.
I'm gonna make sure that my back's not too.
Exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna double check on Pocket if he's not paying attention.
When I'm small, what's one of my? Can I have that? Naturally stealthy. I'm going to attempt to hide even when you're
Okay.
only by a creature that is one size larger than you.
Go for it. You do not have an advantage because of your exhaustion. So it's just a straight roll.
You want me to guide you?
No. Well, I should be disadvantaged, right?
But you have advantage, so you're at a straight roll.
What?
Don't you have
Oh.
advantage on that?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're
Oh,
just
no.
one
No, I
straight
don't.
roll.
What
Oh.
am I rolling? A stealth check?
Yeah.
No, I would have disadvantage on that because I'm still wearing the scale mail.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Leave?
I'll just make you do a straight disadvantage. I won't give you triple disadvantage.
So just disadvantage?
Yeah. Or double. Sorry, double disadvantage.
Oh, that-
Just straight.
We're looking at 13.
Okay.
Dodge.
As everybody kind of like, Quaynar, what were you doing? Were you gonna jump in there and go into this the middle of the group as well?
Yeah, I was kind of just walking over. I was like, all right, whatever.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys all kind of coalesce in the center pocket. You hide behind a taller gentleman. At this point, Estes says, "Isn't there 4 of you?" And he looks behind the taller gentleman that you're hiding behind.
Hello.
I won't hurt you. It's okay.
All right.
As you kind of like take that, that big step. You take one of those big steps to just, all right, here I am. He says, when I met you people last night, I had the full intention to just rob you and leave you where you were. But something about your group spoke to me. I think you as a group have a very strong and a great potential. For what exactly? That's to be determined still, but I think you would be a great benefit in our band of the bear. What say you? Before you answer, though,
You just call them the bear?
band of the bear, yep.
Band of the bear. Thank you.
Yep. Before you answer, let me preface that we're on our way to Hillgrove. Which, if we look at the map, you can see the pause. The pause button is right above it. So why don't I just go, "Reh." Yes, I'm here. Bugger off. Boop. If you would like to join us to Hargrove, please join us.
It's like, well,
We've been. What's that?
We do have business in Esper.
There is business to be had everywhere.
No,
I have
we-
business in Hargrove.
We personally have business in Esper.
Interesting. May I ask what that business is?
You may.
What is that business, good sir?
Don't feel like telling right now. Sorry.
You're
I don't even know.
you're a
I'm
good
clutching
troop.
I'm clutching my little book. And just,
Yeah. You're a good troop. I would hate to lose your abilities. We are going to Hargrove to procure monetary funds. We've been hired as a mercenary group to assist in a land grab. And I'm telling you all this information because I would like to have your services as my services. Now, if you don't join us, we will be forced to, unfortunately, tie you up and leave you here by yourselves. And as you kind of hear that from behind Estes, there's two like burly, big, like muscle mans, one muscle woman, with rope. Now, if you do decide to leave us, we won't harm you. We'll just tie you up. We can't have you telling anybody that we were here. You understand?
one moment while we talk about this in a, I don't know, huddle. You guys want to huddle up?
Sure.
He
I'm confused on how you think tying us up isn't harming us.
One sec. We'll get to that.
All
We'll
right.
get to that.
well, we won't hurt you if you
My
willingly get tied up.
My feelings will be hurt.
Understandable.
If you do a good enough job, we're just gonna starve to death.
Yeah.
Do you have like time to
That
lay
could
knots?
be the point.
I suddenly get really into it, like piratey, like
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
ship. I'm like, do you guys have like time to lay knots? Because that sounds fucking awesome.
We have a couple of not experts. You guys need to huddle. So he
Yes.
sits down and he plays a violin as he usually would, very softly.
All right. Well, what do you guys think?
I'd rather not get tied up.
I mean, yeah, our shits. I'm just kind of looking for whoever wronged me. I literally don't have a direction. Esper just seemed like a big city. So like, what are you guys up to?
Well, you know what? I'm making a big deal of it, but I'm just really going like, there's a guy at a restaurant, and I just want him to teach me some recipes. I don't know if these guys are cool or not yet, and I don't want to look like an asshole.
He's not really huddling. He's just standing. In
Yeah,
the
you
center
guys. I'm
section.
just like doing this.
Yeah. You guys are kind of huddled around
Everybody's
him.
just like looking down on me.
Yeah.
And
My
I'm
wings.
doing,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm doing circles, like depending on who I'm talking to. Just-
Yeah. This situation is the football huddle in every single like football movie where they're all huddled down. The camera's just looking up at them.
Yeah, Pocket looks like he's looking at the roof of the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
like the Air Bud, football.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
okay. Well, like that's all I need. Towel.
The library.
Oh, we're going live. So is it? I guess that's always going to be there. I don't know how long this like chef is going to be in Esper though. I guess he just started. If there's time.
I only have a few months on the road before I have to get back, so I don't really want to fuck around too much. Just because
Estes kind of pauses. Estes kind of pauses on a note and he says, "Not that I'm paying attention, but we also have some business in Esper later. We could make our way there eventually." And then he sits back and continues.
All right.
All right, so I guess I'll turn and like ask him real quick, like Estes, like so. what would our involvement be here? It seems like we don't have a choice, but I at least want to know what the fuck I'm getting into. Like, are we gonna be on your side of a fight? Is this like a fucking Yakuza style stock meeting thing where we just show up in court and stand there looking all intimidating and fuck with like a diplomatic proceeding? What's the
Oh, I did not change the random town name. Oops.
there's random town and random fishing town.
Canon.
Yeah, no, those completely changed. Whoops, my bad.
It's canon now.
That's
It's
like
old
It's
ruins.
canon.
and
Old ruins is fine. That there is a very I won't go into
Well, you
that.
changed town to ton, and it's Randomton.
Randomton. No, it's Elvrun. 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 That's random town. So Esper, sorry, Estes, the exact same mistake that you did. Estes kind of stops playing the violin and he says, thought that was very clear. I gave you the choice. You could either come with us or you could be tied up here. Either way, it's your choice. I personally think your skills would be a great benefit to us.
All right,
And
well,
I
you're
would like to
latching
ha-
you're
be with
latching
us.
on to the part of the conversation I wasn't that worried about. What about the second half of my question?
I forget, but what's the second half? Because I kind of meandered.
Like, are we
Oh, right.
part of
Yeah,
like a
well,
fucking
yeah.
fighting force, or
Yeah,
is this
so,
just more like if one
then
side
he-
shows up with more muscle than the other,
Yeah,
you kind of
exactly.
capitulate?
Yeah.
Corner doesn't know
and
the
then
word
he
capitulate,
says-
but
Yeah,
We're
it's
erring on the side of, do you want us to murder someone?
fine. he
Don't want to be
he
killing it.
continues and he says in a land grab, it's very common for folk to have skirmishes. There could be a death or two,
Grace.
but I'm
Grace.
but I'm not worried about your skills in that matter.
all right. So we're throwing fists.
Potentially. Depends on if Elvrun gives up their space or not.
All right, cool. And I turn around and go back to the huddle.
So what do you think?
And then I was just looking at everyone like, I feel like you all heard that, and he can hear everything
I'll
we're
give
saying.
you,
So
gentlemen
this just
and lady, 10 seconds.
No, it's an ultimatum.
We're on a time schedule.
Well, all right. Are we going or no?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yep.
Pointer?
yeah. Oh, I'm down for moving forward. Any
Yes,
direction is a
right.
direction Hat Man might be in.
Okay, I guess we're going.
You have greater success with volunteers instead of conscription, by the way.
You did volunteer.
No.
And he starts playing his violin, turns around and starts walking away. The
Gymnastics are a dick move.
Jan walks up to you guys and he kind of says, "Huh. I guess Juana put more of a toll on him than I thought."
Wait,
Welcome
did
to
you
the
just say
group.
a name out loud?
Name Wanna?
Yes, Juana is the
That was in the carriage.
in the carriage. Yep.
Oh, Wanna.
Juana
What did he fully say? Wana did what?
put more of a toll on him than Jan had thought.
Grace. Grace. No. Don't wag your tail. You know you're being an asshole.
She does.
She does. It's like a new place and you're testing your boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go pee really quick. Be right back.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't we have a little quick break? We've only got what, an hour left or so.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, because you guys are home. Do we have a little more playroom, or are we still hard outing at 6?
You still have headphones.
Whatever we do this tomorrow. No, we can do like 7 as long as you don't mind me eating, because I have to, you
Yeah.
know, wake up.
Not a big
early.
deal. I ate chips, so it's all good.
Yeah, let's say 6:30 then.
Okay.
And then we can lie down.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that might be enough time.
Okay.
But knowing you guys, we might have to take a pause, but we'll see. We'll see.
So
Hint,
before we
subtle
go
hint.
here, is the eldest and the envoy between the different.
Yes. And while we're doing that, why don't we take a quick break? I'm also going to have a bio and get a drink.
Mhm.
And then you guys can bio and drink. And then if you have any questions after that for clarification or whatever, we'll open the floor and then continue. Huh?
Cool.
Cool. Cuckoo. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew. Bio break.
Bye.
All right. I'm assuming we're all good to go.
It's downtown. Should be on
I'm assuming we're all good to go. Do we have any
Makes sense.
questions about anything? Or in character, out of character, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Out of character. Are these guys gonna fuck us?
Gonna die.
Yeah.
Guess we'll find out.
Out of character is Estes the Dread Pirate Roberts.
What is
The
it? What was it? Shit, what was it? What is it? Mortals! The Dread Pirate Roberts! Has come to take your soul. Is he the
Kind
Dread
of sounds
Pirate
like you're
Roberts?
trying to do the
Not really.
Warriors thing,
Oh,
but very low.
really? Ah, shit. Okay, well, it's been a while since I watched The Princess Bride, so I guess I'll have to watch it again. So that was a really horrible Andre the Giant, wasn't it?
No one can do it, Andre. Like you look.
Yeah, you gotta get that word like.
Yeah. Gotta get it all kind of nasally, kind of at the
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
there.
Except I try to do that, and then I sound like Buffalo Bill.
Oh, you fuck.
Yeah. I'd fuck me.
You sure, great big fat person?
It makes me laugh every time I watch that movie. And it shouldn't, but
No.
no.
Considering
Big fart lady.
if you ever watched it on like cable with the overdub,
Oh, what did they do?
whole thing. No. We still do the great big
Yep.
fat. But
Yeah.
all the other things, like all the swears, instead of "Will you fuck me,"
Yeah.
it's "Will you marry me."
Oh, yeah.
The whole movie
That's
kind of
weird.
take on like this comedy.
Well, yeah. I'd marry me. Ha.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck was that? even?
Goodbye, horses. What a great movie.
That is a fantastic movie.
Okay,
Singing
are
rap
we?
From the words this week sometime, and I can't remember what the fuck it was. Stupid. Hey, Grace. You know
Are
better
we?
than that.
Are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Hey,
Sweet.
Stop it.
So,
anybody? Okay.
given the choice to stay with the band or leave, and in your guys' opinion, the illusion of choice, you have decided to stay with the band of the bear and help with the land grab in Hargrove. Ash. Okay, I'm here. You can start now. Thanks, buddy. Anytime. So you have decided to follow the band of the bear and assess the land grab. Oh, jeez, pardon me. Did not. I hope that didn't come through. That just snuck. Okay, good. That snuck. I was not expecting that at all. That burp brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. And Jeff Goldblum. And as you as the group kind of starts to pack up, how do you guys, I guess I don't want to say you guys feel dreadful, because that's totally not the way you guys feel. But you know, you get this coerced, obviously, feeling out of it. You kind of, like, you don't really have that much to pack up, so you guys are just kind of standing around watching all these people start to pack up. But you're also still curious as to what Jan kind of said earlier, which was, you know, I guess she took a greater toll on him than Jan had expected. As that kind of runs through your mind a little bit, Jan says to you, or kind of walks back up to you, and he says, "Look, you guys don't have anything to pack, so don't worry about it. Right now, just relax. We'll pack up. If you'd like to help, the horses could use a corral." And he kind of points over to the horses. There's now, originally where there was about like 6 horses over in that area, a couple of more have shown up now, and there's about 15, 20.
Do I
There's
see
a
my
couple of
cart?
Carts. Yep. You see a couple of those carts, actually.
I go stand in my cart. Just kind of look around in circles like this.
Do an investigation check to find out which one is yours.
That's a 10.
It takes you a while, but you find one that you think looks the most pristine. That has to be yours, right? It's the
I was
most
gonna say I
pristine.
put
It's the
some
newest.
turtle claw marks on the bottom of mine as we were driving because I was just bored and feeling a little trapped.
Okay. Then I'll give you advantage.
All right. That's an 11. It went up 1.
All right. There is a lot of carriages with different markings and scuffs on them. Kind of difficult to find the one that you're looking for, but you find the one that kind of looks like the best indentation of your turtle claw marks.
All right.
Twiddle. The camp kind of begins to pack all of the tents and everything into satchels, and like burlap sacks and everything. Everything kind of starts to get cleaned up, and you notice they try to keep no sign that anyone was even here in the first place. That's another secret burp. People kind of, there's a guy who just has like a broom and he's just like a horsehair broom, and he's just kind of like fluffing up the dirt and everything around them.
Do we
Sorry,
bring the trap tree?
No. You're not bringing. Well, okay. Yes, let me specify. The trap tree is being brought, it's just you're not breaking it.
Okay.
Yeah, so the trap, you do see the familiar trap tree and its components, besides the broken, splintered wood that, you destroyed. Also get brought out onto a cart and loaded up. Everything slowly begins to get loaded up, and you are given a cart to ride on. And Jan says, "Welcome to the team." And he slaps the horse on the ass and he slaps the ass on the ass. No, slaps the horse on the ass and starts to run off into whichever direction the horse needs to run off to in that time. And it just starts laughing. And then walks away.
I like this guy.
One of the other guys is just running after the horse, trying to catch up to it. They're in a forest. It's not going to go very far.
Reese is unimpressed.
He totally.
Horses just die.
Was the guy chasing the horse one of the guys that I was gambling with?
Yes.
Is it the guy that fucked me?
Yes.
Does he leave a bag unattended?
No.
Damn it. All right. That's cool.
Arch nemesis.
You guys begin your trip to Hargrove at this point. It is it's going to take you a full day to be able to actually it's going to take you it'll take you about a day and a quarter, I'd say, to actually get to Hargrove.
Yeah.
Um,
Would I know this, like, meta-y? What are these guard tower-looking things? Are those, like, guard outposts, or...
yes.
Meta-y,
like, yes, they are towers. They're the basically the guard towers of Esper, or the king. So everybody's kind of put up there for this whole area. If you actually like, let me get to here. So if we look around, there's guard towers pretty much near almost every city. On the opposite side of the river, where there is no, what the hell is that? Was that me? Was that you?
What's that?
what?
I don't know. I heard a blue blue blue. So I thought my audio kicked out or something. Okay, I think we're good.
Probably me
Um,
just going.
No, it was a blue blue blue. Like something got plugged in and plugged out or something.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Oh, that sound. No.
yeah, we all know that sound. So I don't know what it was. Anyway, yeah, all the guard towers over here are basically in control of, not in control, but it's to kind of denote that this region is protected by the Domitia family, or at least the king.
Now, while we're traveling, how close is the owl bear?
Pretty close.
Oh fuck.
It's in a cage. It is not traveling by itself.
Okay.
I'm also gonna get you to do an investigation check on that cage because I know you would.
Fucks.
Investigation. Oh, at disadvantage too, right?
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Uh-huh.
You're sleepy and scared.
Yeah. Oh, the first one was so much better. Investigation 7.
7.
That cage will not keep that owlbear in it. It is not sturdy. It is not strong. That owlbear is going to break out of that cage at any minute, and it's going to maul anyone that it comes across.
You're gonna die.
We're all gonna fucking die.
I'll just fly away.
I'm gonna die.
Now or
Probably now. I think we're all gonna die. You know my track record? I mean, come on, you survived one. I'll call it a massacre. It's like, fine, whatever. It happens, right? You survive 2, and you start wondering if there's a pattern, and then number 3, there's a fucking pattern. All right?
Two's a coincidence. Three's
For fuck's sakes, I haven't slept. fucking die.
I mean, if the pattern holds, you're not gonna die. We're just all gonna have a bad time.
Be me.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better.
And you die if you want, and you die
I
if
mean,
you don't.
it's gonna
You
suck.
can die if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind.
I will.
Because if they don't die, and if they don't die, well, they're no friends of mine.
If to live. But I don't want you to die. Marry me.
Are you in the car?
Oh yeah.
Aren't we on horses?
I don't know where we are. Oh.
You're
But-
on carts, yeah.
But, okay, I guess I take. You said it's been a day and a half, so I'm taking another thing of exhaustion, aren't I?
Well, the travel time will be about a day and a half.
Yeah.
But you guys have just started the travel, so it's okay.
Okay, so I don't take that yet.
I'm not going to give it to you yet. No.
No, it's preemptive on these.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, are you whiny like a toddler? Are you,
Well,
you
I
whiny
feel
like my kid?
I'm gonna go through like
Stages?
stages. So
Okay.
you
But the
know,
stages are just going to go full
days
360.
exhaustion. If I get like level 5 of exhaustion,
You're just dead.
no, I'm just shutting the fuck up. That's it. I'm just like I don't move.
Comatose?
6
I was
is
gonna say,
dead.
like, that's death. Like, I
Oh,
don't
6.
say anything, I don't
know.
move, so you're dead. No,
Well, if you
I'm
guys
just
don't
angry.
help me on day 5, day 6 is death.
You can't feed yourself.
It's like I'm just gonna pat you on the hand. It's like I don't have any way of fixing this. All right, it slices you open. I can help
Oh,
you.
wait a minute.
Remember,
Hold on a sec.
but
Hold on a sec.
I
hold on a
can't
sec,
do
Hold on a sec. Hold on a
any
sec.
of that.
Hold on a sec.
We
yet.
could get him really drunk,
I could hit him on the head.
and it doesn't look like it would take that much.
I can't.
I don't even have convolutions. Like that's the low level I got right now. Fucking nothing.
It sounded like you said convulsions.
Yeah.
I fully heard cum lotions, and I was
Yeah,
very
me
confused.
too. Yeah, I heard convulsions too.
Yeah.
Calm.
Calm emotions. I don't got calm emotions.
Nothing calm about cum lotions.
I thought maybe like one of my things because I can get rid of like one effect, but it's only like charmed or frightened. Not exhaustion.
Thick
That would be
legs.
No,
No, it's
no,
cleric.
it's the cleric thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
I'll shoot. I'm gonna die. Or you're all I'll miss
you you guys after about, because it's very boring, about half the days of travel, you get up to roughly about this area over here where there is I don't know if does that show on my
kind of a hill.
Yeah, you're at the hill area. I don't know if that actually it doesn't show. It doesn't show on my stream, but there's like maybe if I move the mouse somewhere kind of over here. There's a little hill area. I don't know if it's gonna show up or not. Yeah, you guys get to the little hill area over here. And actually that was about half a day, so it's roughly nighttime now. I would say probably just hitting dusk. I was gonna say dawn, and then I had to think about it for a second.
Pulling a Simon on that one.
Isn't because I was also thinking the movie From Dawn Till Dusk. So I go in the other way. Yeah,
Good old Bobby Tarantino.
yeah, right. So
Great.
I was gonna because I'm just used to saying From Dawn Till Dusk. So whenever I want to say dusk, I always say dawn till dusk. So anyway, whatever. It's dusk.
I guess while we're riding, I keep trying to prod for more info. Like, all right, we're hired. Like, who else is hired? Are we joining a small army? Who is land grabbing whose land? I don't know shit about this geopolitics.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
um,
This town appears to be, and I don't know if I would see the guard tower from that far away. I don't know how big this guard tower is, but like, this seems to be kingly shit. Like, like, are we fucking
it's like a tutor.
yeah? Or like, are we taking stuff back for the king? Like, I know you're not a huge fan of his, but like, maybe it pays well enough. Or fucking, are we starting a rebellion? Like, that's again, I'm down for punching shit.
Very close, actually. Yon. I'll assume you ask Yon because Yon is probably one of the closest guys to you right now.
Yeah, Estes
And I
just gives me fucking
Estes is
bullshit
like-
answers.
I mean physically. He's probably one of the closest ones to you right now. He's probably also one of the only ones. I mean, I guess Bowen is there too, but he doesn't really. You also met Bowen last night, but
Yeah, he's the guy I arm wrestled.
Yes, exactly.
Does Yon also have to ride in a cart because he's too chunky for a horse?
Yes.
All right, sweet.
You're not the only one.
Sure.
But Jan is basically the only one who's really actually physically close to you at the moment. Jan says, yeah, well, you've pretty much covered all the bases there. And he reaches down into like his. I never really did I explain what Jan was wearing?
Maybe, but give me a cliff notes.
He's kind of like Friar Tuck clothes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. So he reaches down into like a deep pocket and pulls out like a jerky, like, but not like a thin piece of jerky. Like it's like a mutton, like a chop piece jerky, and he starts chewing on it.
Been carrying it on his belt for a week.
Basically, yeah. And there's like a whole bunch of salt in his like salt particles around it too.
Ooh, excuse me.
And
So he's just got him like a Kieran pocket.
basically, yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah, basically. And he says, well, Lord, what's his face in Hargrove? I don't remember the Lord's name. He's looking to expand, And as we all know, Elvrun has kind of the larger land property. Hargrove wants to expand. Elvrun doesn't want to give anything. What do you do?
So Elvrun is Random Town.
Yeah, Elvrun is random town.
All right.
I don't know how I got that old version. I got Hargrove in there, but I don't have Elvrun. Like, what? I don't know. Whatever.
Does he have or does anybody is there a map available?
For what?
I guess like this kind of ballpark part of the continent. I guess I kind of want him to draw me, and I guess like you would be doing that. Like, what is the ballpark circle of influence of Hargrove and the ballpark circle of influence of Random Town? Random Town or
Elvrun.
Elvrun, because that
Yeah.
seems even further away than Esper is. So like it seems like
Yeah.
maybe
so,
there's like a big like that whole forest maybe is prime hunting grounds and no one really controls it, but Elvrun like has say over it, or like are we going for like
yeah,
the flat farming
basically-
land?
Basically,
Well,
what?
is the dotted line? Was that just our line for us, or is
The
that
dotted line, which has not been completed yet, is the actual like the
Like the
pathways.
King's Road or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
yeah.
pathways. Yeah,
Okay.
the King's Road, basically. Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
the proper like little transportation.
Yeah, it's the transportation routes, basically. Yeah,
So it's the main to and from everywhere.
yeah, the main roads for transportation routes. Yeah. Jan doesn't really know the perimeters of territorial areas. He doesn't know where one place starts, one place ends. Unfortunately, I do. So, but you're asking the wrong person. So, I'm saving myself time by making it more difficult for you to find the right person to ask.
Yeah, I'll just straight up ask Jan. I'll be like, "All right, Jan, you're great to drink with. You got like you got a maps guy. You got a paying attention dude. I could use a paying attention dude. Like, there's a guy on the ships all the time. Like, you got the fucking captain, but then you've also got like the quartermaster is running shit most of the time. You got like that guy.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, shit. All right, who do you divvy out the map duties to?
Map, we don't worry about a map. We were hired for muscle. We do what they say.
I like look over at Pocket. I'm like, yeah, you're right. We're all gonna die.
I'm sure if you want a map,
Okay.
you can ask someone in town.
I come up with names for everybody.
But I'm gonna guess it's probably they probably have a very small area. Oh hell. Otherwise they wouldn't be trying to land grab, would they?
No, I just
He takes a piece of like the jerky, the thick piece of jerky, and starts like gnawing on it. That's tougher than I thought it was going to be.
yeah.
Starts,
So is
like,
this conversation, and I like
picking
yeah
the
the
smaller
horses and try to.
pieces.
I don't know. Just
At this point, the
Rhea was talking.
oh, sorry.
But I know any of like the borders or like the history of who owns what in my travels.
Yeah, I would say you have a very basic knowledge of who owns what in territories. You know that the territory for Hargrove is literally just the forest and that little town area.
Do I know the Lord, or at least the name?
You don't know the Lord. You know the Lord's previous, but you don't know who it is now.
that's this group's whole problem. They don't know the Lord. Fucking heathens. All right. I guess you're kind of waiting. I don't know. Maybe we look around. Like, is there anybody? Obviously, we're riding horses, but does there seem to be like somebody who's paying more attention or like pointing at things or having like, is there dudes talking to Estes? Is he in the back of a carriage and we can't see him, or is he on a horse?
Estes is kind of in the lead,
All right.
and there are people around him.
Like,
Well,
are we
I'm in the
stopping-
back of a cart, so I can't really get up there all sneaky. So
What was that, Pocket?
What are we doing? Are we stopping for the night here?
Your
Steve.
guys are gonna yes. So basically, you mean what are we doing, or what is the in-game we?
What, like the troop, the band?
Okay, yeah.
What are we doing?
Yes, basically, you guys will be stopping here for the night, but the rest of the group will be going forward. So they're not. Half of the group is staying here, and the other half will be going forward.
like riding through the night or like a forward camp a couple hours up?
Riding through the night. Estes will be pushing through.
What's the purpose of splitting a camp?
You can ask if you want.
I
May not
did.
get You may not get the answer you're looking for.
I'm just looking for an answer. It's like I don't see the point of splitting the camp up.
Jan, basically, well, who do you ask?
Not yawn.
Okay. The one who
I-
actually knows the reason.
Huh?
Nothing. Who do you ask?
Esther.
Who?
Esther or whatever the
Estes.
Estes.
Estes? He's well far ahead of you.
Yeah, cool.
Just you have to yell at him. he may not hear you.
I can dash up to him.
I guess you could fly up to him, but I guess you could. All right, you want to fly up to him? I'm trying to think like, I'm trying to think of like turn order, but it would still. I mean, he would still be able to get up to him, so it doesn't matter. So you get up to Estes and you ask him, "What's the point of split? What's the point of splitting up the camp?" Nah. And
Round team. Not all.
and
We tried to
Estes-
split up the camp, and you threatened to tie us up. So what's up?
Get back here.
No.
We're gonna tie you up.
Estes says it's important to get a lay of the land before we continue as a group, and I need to make sure that the rest of the town is prepared for the rest of this group. Plus, I also have relations with the town, so I need to make sure that everything is still good to go before we actually, as the entire.
Speaking of relations, what's Vana like?
She is a wonderful woman.
I only asked because the big John fella brought her up.
I suppose he would.
All right then, bye.
Good talk.
Always making him guess my motives. Who is this person?
He's got guts.
I could have been stabbed so easily then.
He continues on.
Yep, I wait for my group. I just kind of like hover there and wait for my group to come.
We're stopping back there, weren't we?
Well, you guys kind of push forward a little bit, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Great
Well,
disagreement
this is
there.
like, there he goes.
Oh.
Yeah, here. Where's he going? All right.
Oh, he's leaving again.
Grace. Yep. She's like, what the fuck? He's like, you want a piece of me?
Get the fluffy pillows.
There isn't one fluffy object into a soaking wet object.
Let's see here. Okay. The group says some of the group is kind of like, why do we have to stay behind and camp out in the owl bear forest?
Because our illustrious leader told us to.
Why do we have to? Why can't they do it? How come we can't go forward more?
Question what to want us is to do.
Wait a minute. Did you say Owlbear Forest?
Yeah, well, some of us call it that because there's.
Is this the place?
Well, no,
Is
it's
this
not
the
the
place?
place. That's not the place. It's not the place. Well, some of us call it that because there's like, and then Jan walks up and he says, "We don't need to talk about that. Let it go." And then the other goes,
We had like a Jan and I had a little like we did the scar
"Yep,
thing.
the scars. Yeah."
Like, it's like, all right, little heart to heart here, Jan. How did you get over it? I can't sleep with that fucking thing here. I know it's yours. So
It was
I don't
tough.
know. You're that
But
tall fucker from Star Wars that had the whatever the fuck it's called.
What?
What's it called?
a Wookiee?
Brignac. The Narful the Garthog, the fucking not Sarlacc. It's the
The
pit.
Sarlacc pit?
Sarlacc, the
The
big thing,
Sarlacc
the
pit?
bald
Yeah.
dude- bald fat dude that
Jabba
had
the Hutt?
Are you talking about the guy that's
The
he-
Rancor?
Rancor. There it is.
Oh! Oh, yeah, okay. Right.
I immediately went to like the freaking
Yeah.
The Rancor hoarder. Hoarder. Yeah.
Like I'm looking at her trying to get her to like cue off of a Coneheads
Yes.
reference. Oh, Narful the Garthog. What the fuck's it called? I can't remember Rancor, but I can remember Coneheads shit.
Yeah. And I can't remember whatever the word that I couldn't remember, but I can remember porthole. So, balcony or something, whatever the really easy truss or whatever it was. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, I've already forgotten.
Okay, so aside
So he says, Jan says, it wasn't easy, but a lot of beer helped. Plus, my family's kind of wrangled bears before. So an owl bear, new challenge.
that's fair. Do we have any beer?
Yes.
All right.
Beer! And you see one of the carts, or sorry, the one one of the carts kind of some lackey throws a tarp off, and there's like a couple of casks, and they just start tapping casks.
I'll take one of those.
Nectar of the gods. And he hands you a flask or a flagon of beer.
When Herb walks up, somehow already just double fisting it. Like, you guys
Yep.
are slow.
Exactly.
You're forgetting massacres.
Forgetting massacres. And he hits your flagon
Bottom of it.
and just starts down in it.
Yeah, I just do my best, like little halfling, do my best to chug the whole fucking thing.
Yep.
You're drinking
Make
out like a
Constitution
thimble.
saving throw, see
Okay.
if you vomit. 'Cause you don't
Do a
do well.
Constitution saving throw.
I personally don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you telling me to do it? All right.
Go for it.
And I have disadvantage.
How
Thank
did you
you.
find that?
Yeah,
out?
and he has disadvantage.
Are you
You
like
okay?
just good with
Chugging.
Myself by chugging.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, I don't do good with chugging carbonation. That's okay. That's not too bad. Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Come on. Constitution.
Big money, big money, big money.
13.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you chug it.
Nice. Immediately get
It takes you longer to chug
Yeah.
it. But yeah, you get it.
Yeah. Immediately get another one. I just wanted to get that first one down.
Yeah, of course. And you start like nursing the other one.
Well, no,
Try
just
to make
drinking,
it. This is my fifth one. What are you talking about?
Well, I am a halfling.
Exactly. Yeah.
Halfling beers are like dog ears.
7.
So at this point, Jan goes, "Wait a minute."
What?
Estes took the chef. We don't have any food.
Wait,
I don't
This
have
is-
any food.
Well, I mean, I have food. Pulls out that jerky, which now, what was like, like this long before is now only like. Somehow he's made through a sizable portion of it. It's not enough, but
Well, how
do
many-
you mean
how-
no
camp-
food or no one to prepare the food?
mix of both. I'm sure we have some food. I mean, we have beer, right? That's food.
Well, shit. Shit.
Saloon will provide.
Fuck sake.
Ah, fuck that. Andula will provide. Show me to the tent. Where's the tent?
The
God damn it! Where's the tent?
it's on the cart.
Oh, okay. What do we got? What are we working with? What do we got here? I'm gonna work my magic.
So you go over, you take a look at the ration supplies, whichever you'd like to say.
Ugh, crab juice.
Yeah, it's basically twigs, a leaf here and there.
What the fuck are you guys eating? I don't even know what
Gruel
I'm
mostly.
trying to think of what I had on me. How many people are there?
There's about 15.
Oh fuck. Nah, I can't work that kind of magic. Not yet.
Wait, how many people kept riding?
Like if I nap, we can figure this out.
There was another 25 people who kept riding.
Okay, so that was the whole complement is about 40 people.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't work that kind of magic. If you guys don't have actual supplies to
You
cook.
hear, as you're talking, you actually hear a very familiar sound. A sound that one might say is more familiar to a halfling than any other person around there. It's it's kind of like a grunting sound from a
Yes.
big creature.
Is it the owl bear?
It's the sound of the police.
And you you look around expecting the worst, and then you see it looking right at you. A truffle boar. Your eyes make contact, and then he goes and starts running away.
Fucking get it!
And then you hear Jan go, "Truffle boar!" And then everybody in the camp starts running after the boar. 15 people.
Like,
Leaving
bring that
you
back,
guys-
I'll make you a feast.
15 people leaving you guys behind.
Mm-mm.
What do you guys want to do? We wait for the truffle boar, or we fuck off.
I'm hungry.
No.
I'm bored.
What do you think, Koinor?
Heh. I mean, I could eat.
Shall we stay or shall we go?
You almost sound like Peter Griffin there. Not you, but when
You, as you guys are talking, you see the truffle boar run through the camp. And then you see like a trail of like 15 people.
Just
running
yakety
after it.
sax playing.
Yawn. And Yawn is like in the back. Like, oh.
I don't know. How can I take a pot shot at
And then
this
he
boar?
starts like he picks up running it. The boar is back in the forest again. I mean, you could try. It's back in the forest.
Okay.
I mean, like when it ran past, take a shot at it.
Yeah,
Bring it
next
back
time
this
for sure.
way, idiots.
I fly over top to get like an aerial view.
It's an 18 with a longbow.
18 with the longbow.
Yeah.
You miss it.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on.
How tough is a truffle war?
Well, it's currently darting through a forest.
How far
You
away
guys
is
are
it?
you guys are kind of in a clear. It's right now. It's probably about 30 feet away, but
right, I'm gonna
it's
cast-
making its
I'm gonna
it's
cast
base-
sleep.
okay.
I thought we took the route, like, wasn't it a little more north on the hillside?
You're not over in. I don't know if you can see this on the map or not, but
Oh, okay.
you're
I should-
you're kind of over in this area.
We're on the edge of those. woods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were
Yeah.
like bottom of the foothills, not. All right,
Yeah,
whatever.
he's-
cool,
he's
cool, cool, cool.
It's basically running around like this area. Like you guys are kind of close to this. Like there's the edge of the forest over here, but it's currently just circling around, basically like this area, trying to like trying to escape or at least hunt truffles until it got disturbed.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try and cast sleep on it.
Okay.
Well, I guess I just cast sleep on it. It's not like a.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what the hit points of a boar is. Yeah. 22.
You see it start running around, and then it kind of like starts to trot and waddle, and then it just kind of falls over
All right.
with
Now
a
you can
little snore, sleep bubble coming out of its nose.
Do it gently. Just
You see Yawn like waddles up to it, pulls out one of his axes and goes and he throws it behind him. And then like reaches behind his back and miraculously pulls out a much larger axe. And then it just it just gets rid of, chops the head off right off. Clean
Oh shit!
first cut.
I should have cast sleep on myself.
And then Jan goes,
I might still be able to do it.
dinner is served.
We're
Well,
not
that
eating
seems
for
a
12
little
hours yet.
premature.
We got smoking for 12 hours.
Smoke it? No, we're just gonna cook it right here. And he starts dragging it as if his energy is back.
Well, they pretended to want a chef. All right, fine. Cook it.
We don't have 12 hours. Our troop is hungry now.
You made it sound like you wanted a fucking chef. There yet. Soon.
Mr. Boyardee.
Why are you a chef?
I will be one day.
I knew we had something in common besides owlbears.
What?
Food.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm like 2 beers in now, which is like 14 and halfling beers.
Yeah, that's all poisoning now.
I'm definitely dying.
You get
Well,
another-
At this point, you guys get the boar, cook up some food, and eat. Spend the night here. You somehow, I don't know how you did it, but you successfully avoided combat.
Sleep.
There is a that might come at the beginning of next game then, but
What's that, sorry?
who knows? There's some there might be some combat next game, who knows? Maybe.
Punch a ghost in the face.
Depends. But it's 6, so we'll it's 6, so we'll call it here.
All right. Yay, we're eating pigs.
You got some pork for dinner. There's it's fairly
I might have some pork for dinner.
it's enough to it would be enough to feed 20 people.
And we had
Normally
50.
20 people. And
Nice.
you've got 15.
But one of them's yawn.
True.
And one of them is corner.
And one is Coronar and one is a halfling.
Although one is pocket, so.
Yeah.
And you look around
You're gonna fall asleep.
and you look around and you see two kobolds come out of the forest. Which is a little strange because you could have sworn that they came with you. But it also looks like they didn't leave the forest at all.
You two go back in the forest.
Because clearly you actually don't recall seeing them when you when you
Well, I
guys
asked
left.
Vontu, I'm like, wait, didn't you, when you told me the story about these guys, wasn't there 3 of them?
There were 3. Where's the third? They're not saying anything to me.
John, wasn't there 3 of these guys?
I mean, last time we played, there were 3.
Yeah. I thought there were 3. And then you kind of take a look and you see in one of the kobolds' mouths a bone with some what seems to look like kobold flesh on it.
How long do the kobolds live for?
You waited 20 minutes, there was fresh pork.
Like, you guys could have waited.
I slap him in the face.
And as you go to slap him on the face, he releases the bone and actually tries to bite your hand. I'm going to get you to do a dexterity save for me, please.
$19.
You go for the slap, and he gnaws, just starts gnawing on your hand.
What?
Actually, like right here on your arm. He just starts gnawing on you. Ah! Ah! And there's like now just a whole bunch of like saliva running down. It's piercing your skin. He
I
is
fly
now. Okay. He's still gnawing.
That's cool. I keep on flying up.
Okay. He's still gnawing.
Cool. I disengage him.
You can't disengage will stop the combat. It will not stop him from gnawing on your arm.
Well, then I use Step of the Wind to dash away from him.
But he's connected to you.
Yeah, but if you said if he stopped attacking.
It's like a
No. He's like biting down on your arm.
All right, well then I just rip his face off.
Okay, do a strength.
Then I put it on my face and have a creepy conversation with his daughter.
That'd be 15.
Okay. Damn. Yeah, you take him off.
Wee!
But just go from like the upper jaw, rip it off, and then just kind of hold him for a second, look at him like he's an idiot, and then just drop.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
And
Pocket, yeah. Pocket a
We're Highlandering this shit.
kobold lands right in front of you. Yeah, is it raining?
It's raining bolts. Hallelujah, it's raining bolts.
What the fuck?
Just kind of looking at him like he always talks about doing that, but it doesn't usually work that well.
Hey, Yvonne, do you guys eat kobolds too?
I guess we will now.
All right, throw it on the fire.
I wonder if they taste like lobster.
Well, there we go.
So,
Imagine like the exoskeleton on that.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it'd be kind of tasty like a shrimp.
Just cover it in butter, it'll be fine.
so,
Oh, that's a new recipe: butter basted kobold.
ooh,
It's
you
rad.
you
Yeah,
guys,
Yeah.
Yeah, are there any ramps that are growing near us?
any what?
Ramps. They're
No.
wild. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna say they're a wild version of garlic. It's a cousin
Yeah.
of garlic.
Yeah, no. There's
Okay.
garlic, but no.
Oh, well, we'll take the garlic then.
Can we check the bases of trees? Did the pig happen to dig up any of its own seasoning before we killed it?
We got
You
truffles.
can check for sure.
Or is it an old enough and wild enough that truffles grow on its butt?
A bit of both.
All right, that's a 16 for looking for truffles.
Yeah, you find a couple of truffles.
Fuck yeah!
Nice.
You guys kind of wind down through the night, cook some food. There is some herbs and roots that do actually add flavor to some of the foods that are able to be cooked. These are all fairly common. It's not very difficult to find them. You don't really have to forage, especially in this area. The group that you are left with are actually kind of more the reveler type group. They're a little more joyous. They're a little more partyful. They spend their time drinking and having merriment as we wind down for the night. How drunk do you get, Pocket?
Drunk enough to sleep.
Okay. You're drunk enough to sleep? Sounds good to me. Until next time. When are we playing next? Next week, I guess? Or
Speak.
ooh, hold on. But Nate said the 9th is good for him, right?
Yes. So are we putting it every 2 weeks?
Like we play this game every 2 weeks.
Maybe? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe I should get into the chat and start talking with everybody.
No, I'm down for next week.
We'll message the Rise of Almagog group and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Figure out what's going on with that first, and then we'll decide. But I guess we could say for now 2 weeks or something.
All right.
And then,
But I don't mind like doing 2 games in a row, but I also have to prepare. So if I mean, it's possible I could probably prepare for next week because I actually already have stuff for next week prepared kind of in advance. So I could probably do both, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
shut yourself out too thin.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, I'm down for playing Dungeons and Dragons twice a week, so it's all good.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, for now, yeah, you guys sleep. You will all get a good rest. Pocket,
Even
you can remove that point of exhaustion. You will not get a point of exhaustion. The owl bear is also not there.
The owlbear's
It moved on with Estes.
But the cage is still here.
Broke out.
The
We're all gonna die.
Don't worry,
cage
I'll
is not there.
wake up too.
I'm gonna wake up with like a fucking hangover and a half.
You're gonna wake up with a owl bear mouth engulfing your head.
You're gonna get eaten by a bear, and I'm gonna get stabbed by a cobalt.
Ah!
So we got our long rest in. Done. Boop. But that doesn't mean that, the longer I'm around this friggin' owlbear, the drunker I will get.
Marry me!
Cooking will suffer because of it.
Everything's gonna have like a beer taste to it.
I love it.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah. So, any questions before we, besides when our next session is, any clarifications before we call it?
Nope.
I got nothing.
I got nothing. Jared?
Cool. Good.
No, I think I'm good.
Sweet. How was today? A little more RP as usual.
Yeah.
It was good. I had a
Fine.
good time.
Fine.
Yeah.
Good. Great. Excellent. If there's anything that you guys, you're like, oh, I kind of want to do the combat, let me know. I mean, there is.
What was how did we miss combat?
The
Not
boar.
we were gonna fight. Oh, the combat was gonna be with the
Yeah.
boar. It's gonna be
Oh, and you
combat.
cast sleep.
I was just gonna cast sleep on it.
That's
like,
not to
you-
entangle the bitch.
When you,
It's just overkill.
I let it go gently. It died in its sleep.
Chopped off.
Yeah, in its sleep.
It died in its sleep. Good job.
I didn't expect him to pull out an axe and like chop. I figured somebody would just gently stab it through the heart.
No, not the kind of group you're with.
Heart is less painful than getting your head
It's in
chopped off.
sleep. It's magically asleep.
It's magically asleep.
Fine.
It's magically asleep.
It is. It was a spell. It was
Magically asleep.
Now it's magically delicious.
Yes.
I've been known.
All right. So next game we should actually be having some combat. So that should actually work out well for where we're going.
What we can do.
Yeah. If I
At
can
level
actually,
3.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I hit you. 4 points of damage.
Yay!
Oh, that's so big. Oh.
Yeah. So let's call it there.
2d8.
Mine is technically sleep, but that's just sleep.
Pardon me, 3d8. That's the largest spell I have.
That's
So
fine.
let's
Sweet.
yeah, let's call it there, and I'll see you guys next time. Maybe next week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure out what's going on with the other group first, but the OG
We'll see
the
if we
OG
can get-
group. Yeah, let's see what the OG group says, and then because the OG group always takes precedence, priority over everything else.
We haven't played in like beginning of the year,
Yeah,
or has it been since like last year already?
I think like February.
February.
Yeah.
I was going to say beginning of the year and end of the year. It's pretty much the exact same now.
Well, I mean, it could still be like 4 months ish.
Yeah, so we'll figure that out. But I'm gonna say bye to you guys. Bye.
All right. Good night.
See you guys
everybody.
later. I'm gonna say bye to chat. Bye, chat.
Try it.
Probably just ash.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Bye.
But anyways, see you guys.
Yeah.
Later.
Cool.